YouTube, hello, welcome to the tavern. My name is Drail, I am your tavern master. Welcome on in, pull up a chair, grab a drink, and let's enjoy today's episode of Honkai Impact 3rd, episode 50, To Inherit Finality. For context, this episode was initially recorded August 26th, 2024, and in it, we finish off the first act of chapter 35 of the part 1 story of Honkai Impact 3rd, titled Finality of Destiny. Things are ramping up as our brave, intrepid heroes do their best to meet the Cocoon of Finality, so that one of them, most likely Kiana, will become the Hersher of Finality. We're near the end of the part 1 story, guys. It's this episode, and next episode is the last episode of the part 1 story I have in my recordings. We're so close. I'm so excited. I hope you all are too. After we finish off that part of the story, then there's like a brief cooldown period afterwards where I unlock a number of different like S-rank Valkyrie suits. I will, of course, have that marked in the timestamps below. Beyond that, I hope you'll enjoy today's episode. If you do enjoy today's episode, like, comment, and subscribe. Ring the bell so you're notified when new episodes come out. And if you want to catch my streams live, you can follow me on Twitch through the link down below in the description. Past that, I hope you'll enjoy, and I will see you all at the end. See you later. Hello, Twitch and YouTube. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the tavern. Hope you all are doing well today. My name is Drail. I'll be your tavern master, and welcome to the tavern. Or to the inn, to the tavern. The bottom space of the inn is a tavern, so it's fine. Eats whatever. But yeah, welcome everyone. Today we're going to be continuing Honkai Impact 3rd, chapter 35 today. So we'll get started in just a second. I'm finishing the last of the posts, the notifications. That's the word. And we'll be going soon. So don't worry about it. Don't you worry now. Excuse me. All right.
ブローニャお姉ちゃんは何してるかな。みんなとかくれんぼをしてるんです。
Okay. Didn't we do that? Alright, so where we left off last time is 35.5. And we're going to see... I'm hoping we can get to 35.9 today. That's the hope, at least. Since you think you can succeed, try to bring those results to me. Finality of Destiny. I gotta ping over here 1 second. Okay, it's just one life. Okay, cool. Alright. Gonna do that so we don't get interruptions. There we go. Yeah, hopefully everyone's doing alright today. Just gonna be a chill stream day. Dreams were as fragile as bubbles, so when this project of dreams took a turn, everyone felt nervous.
皆様ごきげんよう。こちらはリタロス・バイセ。これより第8次状況報告を開始いたします。バルキリーたちが奮闘し続けた結果、成婚計画が作り上げた夢の集合体はすでにぐらつき始めています。長光様の計算からすると、現在の状態であれば夢の塊はおそらく35日後に。少々お待ちください。新たな資料がアップされたようです。申し訳ございません。先ほど共有させていただいた情報に、デュランダル様が先ほどケビン・カスラナの本体から取ったデータを見たところ、現在のモデルを基準に計算すると、夢の塊の解体はケビンさんの影によって補修されてしまうことが分かりました。すでに閉じ込められている人の夢を拡張した夢の塊から薄めた夢の塊へと導いたとはいえ、ケビンさんの影は全く違う存在のようです。
待って、全く違う存在って何よ。長光を呼びなさい。はっきりと説明してもらうわ。
やっぱりですら先輩なら焦ると思ったわ。
あんたも聞いてたのね。じゃあ早く説明しなさい。
簡単に言うと、ケビン本人は知らないかもしれないけど、彼に支配された終焉の力は崩壊獣のやり方で夢の塊を補修してるの。
Oh.
具体的に言うと、意識的もしくは無意識的に人類の夢に崩壊獣の夢を植え付けてるってことよ。
はい。
崩壊獣は夢を通して考える。みんなもこの情報を知ってるわよね。
ちょっと、それはただの比喩じゃないの？
確かにその通りよ。でもその表現なら、今のケビンが夢の塊に与えてる影響も説明がつくの。人類の考え方は名夢を共有することではなく、物語を作ること。それは私たちが夢の塊を破る根本的な理由にもなる。しかし崩壊獣にとって名夢はその全てで、精魂覚醒者の物事をつなぐ天性のように、それがあるから崩壊獣は精魂計画にとって天然の接着剤になった。
I see.
そして想像とは完全に無関係だから、精魂覚醒者に対するような力の導きは崩壊獣に使えない。とにかく具体的な技術はみんなに送っておいたから確認してみて。
つまり僕たちの行動に問題はないが、それでも効率が悪いってことかい？
一体何なの？あのキマイラってやつ、邪魔ばかりしてくれるじゃない。
しかしそういった状況ならテレサ様の夢食いの能力に頼ることはできないのでしょうか。
What is happening? Hello?
理論上問題はないが、おそらく効き目はほとんどないだろう。
もうあと一歩だっていうのに。
The expression she made at that moment was extremely rare for Rita, who was always claimed to be a maid. Elegance isn't innate after all, it is a technique. Its basic requirement is the calm restraint of emotions. But the possibility she thought of now was too ridiculous, so much so that it was like the ravings of a child. Power of Finality, Dreamlands, Shadows, Cocoon. If you neglected their complicated backgrounds and considered them literally, she recalled the confident boastings she had heard in a bubble universe back when she was 17 years old. This is a grand project. It's almost flawless. It just lacks an executor. Become the breaker of the world. The nature of what we want to do is the same. We're merely expanding our target of destruction to the world.
夢でも実物があるように扱えるなら、影という存在は。
Just as how T-symmetry and geometry can change the location of its target from outside the circle to the inside of it. What the hell?
ちょっと。
The same irritable voice brought the maid back from her thoughts. Considering the professionalism of the two professors, she decided to tell them about the ridiculous possibility. A supposition might seem absolutely absurd in the beginning. They were well aware of that.
実は少しリスクのある策を思いつきました。技術的に可能かどうかは分かりませんが。
もう可能かどうかは話してみないとわからないでしょ。早くしなさい。今はアイデアが一番足りてないの。
The desperate Dr. Tesla would never have imagined that. Their judgment would entirely change the passive attitude humanity had against the power of finality. Of course, it still required the help of different people with different types of powers, if one were to describe this plan in the most representative manner. Only those with morals can love and hate. Those who pursue morality can do no wrong.
はあ、本当に全然違うね。
At Mount Taijuan, far away from the anti-entropy HQ, the woman, I don't know, someone said man, that's weird, had a better view of the aggregation's weakening than the others after she returned.
やっぱり賑やかな方がいいよね。
Unlike her experience while liberating the land, her descent from the sky even scared some children. This place was no longer so desolate due to the previous efforts. Despite her desire to slowly enjoy the scenery here like a tourist, the heroic woman's footsteps didn't stop for even a moment. She knew how important this visit was for that risky plan.
お祖師様は確信してたみたいだけど、式の律者は本当にここにいるのかな?
Hi, there she is. Sente!
こんにちは、式の律者。何？私のことを歓迎してないの？
なんであなたを歓迎しなければならないの？ここは私の家でもあなたの家でもない。
でもここはお祖師様の家だよ。それに言われ。
もういい。とりあえず勝負しよう。
What?
はい？
何？あなたはコウコをよく知ってるはずでしょ？まさかわからないの？
コウコでも喧嘩にはきちんとした理由がないと。
私は意識の律者だよ。あなたの言いたいことなんてすでに見破ってる。わかった？
あんた機嫌が悪いんだね。
うるさい。やるの？やらないの？
そこまで言われたら私だって手加減しないよ。無常自在門一番弟子リス将ご指導を。
あの両層の実力の何割を持ってるか見てあげるよ。
そろそろ本気を出すよ。番犬奇襲。快挙の運を覚えるがいい。楽勝。大丈夫ね。激流。
Ow.
悪くない。あなたの技は確かに本物だね。
あんた満足したの？
はは、そんなわけないでしょ。私を説得するために来たんだよね。それだけで満足するわけないじゃない。
これは別に説得じゃないよ。私が言いたいのはこの世界が直面してる危機。
Hey Sketch, how you doing today? I am doing alright. Welcome to the tavern. Grab yourself a seat and get yourself a drink and have fun.
は？そんなの別に私には関係ないでしょ。あなたのお祖師様に手伝ってもらえばいいじゃない。私は何度も助けたんだから、次は彼女の番だっていいでしょ。
お祖師様にはすべきことがある。でもその前にこの世界には絶対にあんたが必要なの。式の律者。
それ誰に教わったの？キアナ？それともゼーレ？
ううん、テスラ博士とアインシュタイン博士、それとお祖師様だよ。
She did not have to respond to that request. Actually, even if the Hersher always followed her heart, she only did things as she pleased. But that merely meant that she wasn't concerned with trivialities, not that she wasn't intelligent. After they confronted Kevin together on the moon, the Hersher of Sentence did contemplate her unreasonable experiences. Due to her own uniqueness, Project Stigma didn't affect her at all, and it was obvious that she didn't care about humanity's future. But what if she did it all just for hoo-ha?
チッ、あの牧年人がそんなこと言うわけないでしょ。
See? She would never admit it.
まあいい。牧年人には一つ借りがある。ずっと借りたままなんてごめんだ。はいはい、わかった。話してみて。せいぜい最後まで助けるだけで別に大したことじゃないんでしょ。
And so her personality seemingly also became her destiny. A few moments later. Okay. Oh.
古の楽園
Why is this a dream? Whose dream would this be? Eden's portrait.
エデン
After extremely careful observation, the man finally determined that this scene before him was no coincidence. Just like how even a monkey could quote Shakespeare, no dream weaved by the 7 billion wilms would be strange enough to warrant his time and thoughts.
しかしここは寄せ集めでできた偶然ではなく確かに古の楽園だ
But yeah, I'm doing alright today, Sketch. How you doing? Right after he came to the conclusion, the man shook his head and rejected it. The aggregation of dreams was not omnipotent, and the beauty it weaved together required existing materials for its foundation. But whether it's Raiden Mei, Hua, or Klein, every witness of the Elysian realm was not in a dream. In other words, there was only one possibility behind the scene before his eyes now. The man looked around once more. He seemed intent on finding some kind of flaw to prove against that absurd possibility. But to no avail.
つまり今この瞬間僕自身が夢を見ているのか
A dose of his own medicine, obviously. Someone was trying to do that unto him. But he was Chimera's incarnation. No dream could touch the power of finality he possessed. There was a planet with no atmosphere in the dreams of Honkai beasts. There were no seasons there, and the dark soil constantly burnt under the hot sun. Finality served no purpose there. Everlasting death consumed the entire planet. There was a planet shrouded by acid clouds in the dreams of Honkai beasts. There, a day felt like a year, and beyond the clouds, the sun rose from the west and set from the east. Finality had long finished its work there. Everlasting death consumed the entire planet. I'm doing fine. It has been a bank holiday Monday, so gym shut early. Gotcha. Did you have a good time at the gym, though? It's kind of sad to see the Honkai beasts backing away from me. Or trying to? Hello? Do you want to be absorbed? No, you're backing. Oh, I see. Your animation isn't playing in reverse. That's good. There was a planet where crimson sand filled the sky in the dreams of Honkai beasts. There, 2 moons hung in the sky, and one shone brighter than Venus. Finality had stalled there. The sparse bubble universes are the final echoes of civilization. Imaginary construct. Oh, Senti is making him dream.
くだらない
I see. I see. There was a gas giant with beautiful light in the dreams of Honkai beasts. One of its satellites remained dormant in its cradle, waiting for the light and warmth to bestow light upon it. There was 2 ice giants with unending blizzards in the dreams of the Honkai beasts. The enchanting pastel blue, the captivating cerulean blue, cruel in its beauty, just like the galaxy. I like this one's design. I think it's cool. There was a gas giant with complex patterns in the dreams of Honkai beasts. One of its satellites was damaged by tidal force, and lava constantly spewed on its surface, covering the planet in sulfur. Imaginary construct again? Yep, we're gonna get shoved back.
出てこい式の律者
Oh. Am I gonna play as Senti fighting Kevin?
さすがです。キマイラの源を反省してもらおうと全力で崩壊獣の夢を動かしたのに、結局あなたは少し遠回りしただけ。
厳密に言えば崩壊獣は意識体ではない。君の力はそもそも通用しないんだ。
そう言われてみると確かに珍しいこともありました。崩壊獣は夢を通して考えると聞きましたが、本当なんですね。
崩壊獣は律者の手足であり、眉の感覚器官でもある。その夢には太陽系に対する終焉の思考も含まれている。
つまり終焉は本当に宇宙から来たんですか？
少なくとも夢を見る限り、月に降下するまでに奴は太陽系の他の惑星を訪れている。
Oh yeah. They spoke of Venus. They spoke of the place with crimson sand. That's Mars. The 2 moons in the sky. Yeah, that's Mars. Can I see the whole of the history? Probably not. And it spoke of a gas giant. That would have to be Jupiter. And the 2 orbiting blues. Maybe Neptune and Uranus?
地球はその最後の訪ね先なのかもしれない。
The Earth may be their last stop.
なるほど、すごいですね。それならそのキマイラの力を私たちに分けてもらえませんか？
君にできるならせいぜい奪えばいい。しかし結局のところ、君たちは僕に力の施しを請うべきではない。それは担えない責任となるだけだ。
はあ、そうなると思いましたよ。いいでしょう。どうしても戦いたいなら始めましょうか。
君は僕にかなわないと分かっているはずだ。
何か忘れてません？ここは夢、つまり意識の空間です。もう以前とは違いますよ。
Senti! Ow.
弱すぎ。
気をつけろ。
弱すぎ。痛くも痒くもありません。
気をつけろ。
はあ、廃墟の剣。
So what is Scud? I mean, Steel Serpent. We don't know. Oh, that was cool.
君の志はその程度だ。
Oh, he went into his beast mode. Or I guess Honkai mode. Away from the Hersher of Sentience's battlefield, at a place far from the influence of dreams. Teresa. After an emergency communications, the Shixel Overseer, this character you were playing as a sick, awesome animation. Yeah, Senti is fantastic. I once again had the chance to get her for free, but I didn't complete everything on time, so I wasn't able to get her. So unless they make her free later on, to like through an event, I will have to try and get her again when she next pops up. Senti is really, really fun to play. After an emergency communication, the Shixel Overseer started to assimilate all the misinformation. Even when she walked through dreams, she was often worried about everything going on elsewhere. After all, in the risky yet crucial plan, the first executor was too unstable.
ゼーレ、状況はどうなってるの？ゼーレ曰く、四季の律者の領域はすでにケビンのキマイラと接触してます。戦闘はもう始まってるかもしれません。リタ、他の人たちの状況は？
デュランダル様はすでに位置につきました。キアナさん、メイさん、ブローニャさんもいつでも出撃できます。本当の機会を手に入れられるかどうかは四季の律者次第です。もっと正確に言うと彼女の根性次第かもしれません。
でも伝説の聖剣があるとしても、どうやってケビンの影を切り取るんですか？
Oh, right, because Kevin's shadow is Chimera.
この計画を思いついたきっかけはゼーレさんの経験と直接的な関係があるんですよ。ケビンの影は実はキマイラの一種の具現。ケビンさんの体内で融合した全ての崩壊獣によって作られた共通の夢です。そしてゼーレさんがくれたひらめきとはもちろんもう一人のゼーレさんのことを指しています。
God, can you imagine like looking at your shadow after like a surgery that is supposed to make you strong enough to save humanity? You look at your shadow and you just see the most abominable monstrosity in existence.
月で一時的に連絡ができなくなってしまったんですよね。
はい、つまりケビンの影を切り取る行為は、あのウサギがもう一人の私を一時的に引き離したことに似ているんですね。
ええ、そしてその大前提として終焉の力そのものを揺るがす必要があります。私がキマイラを切り離せるかと口にした時、ケビンさんが引き起こした特殊現象に何かをしても意味がないとテスラ博士は言いました。いわゆるキマイラと終焉の力は今強い力で結ばれています。確かに最初ケビンさんはそのやり方で終焉を支配しましたが、後から来た私たちがその中でメリットを手にしたければ、まず終焉の力を揺るがし、その結び目を緩くする必要があります。それができて初めて今話した案が成功する可能性が生まれます。
でも四季の律者が単独でケビンに挑む、それはこの計画最大の可変要素でしょ？
ええ、ですがテレサ様は私たちの計画をもっと信じてもいいと思います。何はともあれテスラ博士はこう言いました。納得できないわ。ケビンにできるなら私たちにだってできるでしょ。
分かったわ。でも四季の律者とケビンの戦況を観測する方法はないのかしら？
Back to Kevin versus Senti, I'm guessing. The Hershey of Sentience always refused to give up things, but at that moment all she could feel was fear. This shouldn't be the case. This body of hers, equivalent to a vessel of sentience, was made for destruction. Like many of her comrades, even if she did not have a similar will, she had an exceptional talent. A talent for slaughter. But this was the problem. If she was born as a hunter, where did this fear come from?
楽にしてくれ、フワ。これ以上、君が自分を傷つけないようにした。ただそれだけだ。そこまで無理をする必要はない。何のために時間を稼いでいるのかは知らないが、それが君の限界だ。四季の律者。
これはまたこんなことありえるの？大口を叩かないでください。意識の空間で意識の律者に勝てるとでも？
前例があると君は知っているはずだ。
いいでしょう。やりましょう。結局のところ、あなたのベースは融合戦士。僕年人と同じです。本当に律者に勝てるとでも思ってるんですか？
律者。
For some reason, he spoke as though he was absorbed in a bygone memory. But he was not like a certain comrade in arms from the past with a habit of being calculative.
君が何をかけたのかはわからないが、全力を尽くして君の武芸を全て見せるといい。
はい。
彼女の記憶だったものもあるが、今の君は紛れもなく彼女よりずっと多くのものを持っている。
Though some things belong to her memory, there is no doubt that you possess more than her at this moment.
僕は彼女に過ぎ去った時代にふさわしい墓石を選んでほしいと言った。
Since I've once made a promise to make her the tombstone of the previous era.
だから今回は最初から全力で君の器を見せるといい。四季の律者。そうして初めて僕は君を殺す直前に手加減をすることができる。
全力ですって？私にそこまでさせる人はまだ生まれてきてませんよ。
脆い。これ散れ。
弱すぎ。
脆い。ここで止まる。
Oh god, oh god, oh god!
ここまでか。 逃げ道はない。彼女にはまだ力が残っているはずだが。都政への羽か。
不正解です。これは本物の完全な律者の剣、廃墟の剣。
What? What? A crack appeared on Diabolical's horn. In the distant past, he traded his ability to dream for discipline, rendering Feng Huang down useless against him. In other words, this was true damage.
僕が君の立場ならそういった特殊さを一度きりの奇襲に使ったりはしない。
あなたには関係ないでしょ。それに今よりもっといい使い方があるとでもあなたを屈服させるのは大変ですね。
つまり君は彼女フカとのつながりを切ったのか。でなければ君はそれほどの力を出せないはずだ。
確かに僕年人のことは好きじゃないけど、あの鎖は彼女が切ったんですよ。
I do resent the old timer more, but she was the one who broke that shackle.
彼女の孫弟子が教えてくれなかったら私自身も知りませんでした。どうです？この力は本物で完全無欠。
なるほど。誰かが大巨山で第8の神の鍵のコアを見つけ君の居場所にしたのか。それとも君の意識はもともとそういう物質にあったのか。しかし状況はどうあれ今の君は完全な四季の律者というより意識のある神の鍵と言った方が正しいだろう。
神の鍵なのはそっちでしょ。とにかく勝てるかどうかは別として私をどうにかすることはできないと言ったはずです。今なら理解できますよね。
確かに今まで負荷に頼らざるを得ない状況だった君の力には 明確な上限があった。しかし今はコアが不滅である限り、意識として僕と戦う君を完全に消す方法はない。そして君が時間を稼ぎたいということは、鍵となるコアも僕がすぐには壊せない場所に。
分かったならそれでいいんです。おとなしく降参。
残念ながらそれでも君は僕の相手にならない。具体的な数はわからないが、この夢の中には君が力を離す時の媒介となる羽のようなものが無数に存在しているんだろう。その羽を全部消すとなると、それこそ時間を稼ぎたいという君の目的が達成されてしまう。
だからいっそのこと。
四季の律者、君はある可能性を見落としているようだ。もし一撃でその羽を全部消せる者がいるとしたら。
何？
今の君が不滅で不死だというのなら、四季の律者感じてみるといい。ゴーマの全力を。
力は
私は全てを変えます。
脆い。
弱すぎ。痛くも痒くもありません。弱すぎ。油断しました。
無駄だって言ったはずです。
弱すぎ。
My attacks are doing less.
そろそろ終わらせよう。四季の律者。
I can't act. I can't act. Oh! Oh!
確かに君は彼女ではない。それでも君は彼女の意志から生まれたんだ。
もっと分かりやすく言ってくれません？
君は律者だ。しかし崩壊の代わりに破壊するという意志はない。
But you do not have the will to decimate on behalf of Honkai.
だから君にとってこれは本能と無関係だ。僕の敵は崩壊のみ。しかし崩壊の消失により君の立場が奪われることはない。だから君にとってこれは存亡と無関係だ。確かに君は人の律者と呼べるかもしれないが、自我を超えるような理念を持っていない。だから君にとってこれは信念と無関係だ。
それがあなたにとっての分かりやすくですか？
結局のところ君が見せたあらゆる執念や切り札は負荷が君の中に残した痕跡でしかない。
Oh, I see. He's basically saying that she is not her own. She's still not her own person. She's just the remnants of Fuhua. She's not her own. She doesn't have her own personality.
あなたには関係ありません。それともあなたはあのハイヘビに感化されて詩人にでもなりたくなったんですか？
時間を無駄にしていると気づいただけだ。僕が精神のアダムに入ったのは僕なりの目的があってのこと。その目的に他人の影につきまとわれることは含まれていない。
影？
She cannot help but recall the fear she had just felt before. Just as she had shown respect to Dr. May, perhaps that too was an instinct that was imprinted on her through memory. And also, the thing that was most likely to make her fight against herself.
うるさい。その手には乗りません。私は喧嘩しに来たんです。人としての振る舞い方なんてどうでもいい。
She did not have... Oh. She did not have time to finish her sentence. Indeed, compared to most people, this Hersher seemed very independent and dismissive of the preaching of others. But the person she was facing happened to be the type who preferred action to words. Up from the weapon named Might of Un-Utu rose a flare that a normal person could not directly look at. It rose high up, wrapping around the space that belonged to the Hersher of Sentience. From the start of this battle, the man had not made a move of this magnitude. He had become determined to finish this, and for him it was easy enough to measure both their strengths. The form that took the blow had no time to even utter a cry of surprise before it dissolved into nothing. Other than not truly dying, this Hersher had indeed lost everything. With a look of disdain, the man quietly extinguished the flames he had lit. Just like his interest in the fight against her earlier. He thought that measuring her power against the Hersher of humans would prove his time here slightly more meaningful, but the result disappointed him. Damn.
行こ
Insulting.
う。なんだ
You don't get to leave until I tell you to, Adam. You don't get to leave the Adam until I tell you to, Kevin.
何度も言ったでしょ。意識の空間で意識の律者をどうにかできるとでもまだ終わってませんよ。
なるほど。
Welcome back, bitch.
その羽たちは都政への羽の媒介ではなく、君が夢から借りた力だったのか。
ようやくわかりましたよ。みんながあなたを強者だというのに、誰もあなたを聡明だと褒めない理由が。
Damn.
確かに僕はもっと早く気づくべきだった。今の君の本質が神の鍵のようなものなら、そういう力を持っていてもおかしくはない。
Only then did this man realize that, although the girl in front of him was often regarded as a child due to her childish disposition, she was born as a Hersher, an envoy of annihilation, and a psychic of immeasurable destructive power.
君は夢を汚して、それを自分の力にしたんだろう。
その通りです。手札が尽きた？冗談じゃない。意識の空間にいる私の手札は、あなたが作ったすべてです。かかってきなさい、ケビン。あなたにすべてを壊す力があるとでも？
四季の律者、僕を刺激する必要はない。君は僕を騙せない。
Consciously or not, the man looked at the shadow behind himself.
君は人類によって構築された夢で僕の攻撃を防いできたが、その夢は実質的なダメージを一度も受けていない。その一部がダメージを受けきれなくなった時、君は他の部分が代わりになるように回転させていた。だから僕が君を倒すたびに君に余裕を感じていたのか。しかし夢たちが君を守った時、君も夢たちを守っていた。
別に彼らのことは気にしてません。ただ公平が一番大事だって思っているだけです。でなければ今の私が体すら持っていないような状況になるわけないでしょ。
どうやら君の目的は果たせそうだ。四季の律者、その戦術は確かに尋常ではない。 弱点はあるが、僕がそれを見つけることはまずないだろう。回転が行われた瞬間に君を一撃で倒せるような隙は存在しているが、君は意識を熟知している。僕がその隙を見つけようとしても予想以上に時間がかかるはずだ。
考えすぎです。机上の空論では式の律者を倒せませんよ。
では君はその結果を知っているのか？君が夢を回転させられたとしても、君が夢を自分の一部に変えていることも事実だ。君たちが精神のアダムを逆転させることができなかったら、夢は君に対して永遠に影響を与え続ける。それにこの戦いの時間が君の予想を上回った場合、たとえ1万人の意志だけでも君の5000年の記憶とバランスを保てるだろう。
Also, if this battle lasts longer than you expected, the wills of merely 10,000 people will be enough to balance out a person's 5,000 years of memories.
その時、君は完全に違う人間になるかもしれない。今の君が全く知らないような人間に。
だったら何ですか？
僕を引き止めるためだけにそんな代価を払うなど少し重すぎる。
誰が代価だって言ったんです？今まではあなたの言う通りでした。律者として生まれたことも、牧年人の影響を振り切ることができないのも仕方のないことです。鎖が切れたとしても。だからこの状況が続いたら私は何者でもなくなるのでしょう。あなたが言った話は本当に代価として成り立つと思います？
君は自分の意志でなりたい人間になる。
You want to live by your will to become any person you want to be.
僕の言う代価は君からしたら一つの形に過ぎないのか？
もうあなたがバカなのかどうかわからなくなりましたよ。でもあまり傲慢にならないでください。私の攻撃が本当に効いてないと思ってるんですか？隙を見つける前に夢の中で先に倒れるのはあなたですよ、ケビン。
構わない。僕は気にしない。というより、この戦いがずっと続けばいいと思っている。
もう気が狂ったんですか？こっちはまだ始めていないんですよ。
正直に言うと、僕がここに入ったのは市場があったからだ。だから今日君が見たのは聖婚計画の執行者ではなくケビンという名の人間かもしれない。
だから
かつての時代の第八律者はケビンと縁がある。
The eighth Hersher of the past era had an affinity with Kevin.
それは彼が人間ではないものになった始まりだ。第八律者の能力が再び使われたとき、人類としての市場も含め、
Trying to think. I'm trying to remember who the previous Hersher of Sentience was. I can't remember off the top of my head. Okay. We do not know if she inhabited someone specifically. Gotcha.
そのものを長く蹂躙することも厭わない。
I do not mind ravaging this opponent slowly. Oh. Guys, we're still in part 5 of chapter 35 and it's been almost an hour. I have not seen any indication that it said you're now in chapter 35 point whatever. Even death Okay, I didn't read the last part, I'll be honest. There was no battle that could end in an instant. Even death required processes of varied duration to bring eternal silence. But it was not the same for victory and defeat. Similarly, ever since the man first swung his sword, the winner of this battle had already been decided. Even though she had already known that she was no match for him, the unfathomable distance between them seized her heart. She did her best, however, she could only achieve darkness and defeat. That didn't matter. Human life was defined as such. She merely used a special way to feel these emotions that originally belonged to ordinary people, but...
夢の中なのに彼との差がここまで大きいなんて。いえ、そんなわけ。
君に2回目の投稿を許そう。
The man had the right to speak this way. Clearly, the domain that had once belonged to the Hersher of Sentience could no longer be found. It was obvious that she was the first to falter in this battle.
絶対に無理。
For some reason, she did not face Kevin when she shouted. Instead, she turned her head to the sky like a defiant child.
私一人でこいつをボコボコにしてやる。
Who are you speaking to, Senti? However, just like in the past, the man was not interested in responding to his opponent's yelling at all. He stepped slowly forward, resolved to end everything. Even if the end is only temporary for the Hersher in front of him.
あなた、わかった、わかった。言う通りにするから。
It sounded like the Hersher of Sentience was finally willing to accept Kevin's suggestion to surrender again. But in the blink of an eye, the man, relying on his instincts, cultivated from battles, turned around and held his weapon up. This unexpected exchange of blows brought a belated explanation for the man's earlier doubts. I will knock him flat myself. When these words were uttered by the Hersher of Sentience, she had turned to the sky those words were not meant for Kevin. The words were meant for the reinforcements she was not willing to accept. Yo! Here she is.
すみません。今のあなたの相手は私です。
君なら夢の中で僕と戦うつもりはないと思っていたんだが、やめるように式の律者を説得してくれるなら、僕もここで君たちを追撃したりしない。結局のところ、君たちの必要としているものを僕は持っていない。それが終焉の力だとしても、君たちは僕を通して探すべきではない。
God, I love
ケビ
how...
ン、あなたは何かを誤解しているようです。確かに私はあなたと戦うつもりはありません。あなたの影に興味を持っているだけです。
影？なるほど。この夢の中にあるキマイラの投影のことか。君の聖剣がそれを切り取ることができたとしても、そういう無限包容は何の役にも立たない。
それはどうでしょう。
Okay, I love... I love how this, One second, folks. Alright, I return. Hello. If Kevin keeps up this Sukuna energy, then the chapter will never end. Yeah, fair. Oh yeah, what I was saying earlier, I love that this, like, Valkyrie suit for Durandal is literally just her punching, mostly. Punching and kicking. It's... I just love it, I don't know why.
ここに集まれ。はっはっやっはっやっはっやっはっはっはっこの一撃は星を貫通します。
There is no doubt that up against the first Kozlana, the one who held the power of finality, the girl of Galactica could not do more. Even Kevin himself, when facing finality, did not have a glorious battle record. His strongest strike 50,000 years ago only exchanged for an opportunity for a handful of people, let alone attain victory. The girl's actions now seemed similar, but if there must be a comparison of how similar their situations were, it was impossible to ignore the difference. Their weapons. For example, when the Hersher of Sentience recalled Kevin's strike, all she could think of were flames that covered the sky. The key of destruction, judgment of Shamash. Even with his strength, the man still had to rely on a weapon when he made his final stand. But now, it's not the same for the girl. Many years ago, she had already obtained a weapon that was no less powerful than a divine key, a holy blade called Durandal. But why she had, in the face of a strong enemy, deliberately chosen to use the astral harness and not use her own killer skill? This question had also crossed the man's mind before, but he did not care. And when he finally knew the truth, it was too late.
これはまた予想外で理屈通りの展開だ。
Clearly, for both parties, the battle had been at a stalemate for too long. However, when it finally came down to this moment, according to a certain plan, the reinforcement truly responsible for temporarily ending this battle had finally joined the fray. To herself and to Kevin, the form she took now was familiar yet contemptible. When she first used this power, it made her betray herself and trampled all in sight. Kevin was the only witness to this. Is it Fuhua? And thus he knew better than anyone else just how willing she is to use this. Dude! Power known as Honkai, active Honkai reaction. So this is when her Phoenix form was first shown. God, it's gorgeous. I love it.
うわ、そうやっていつも自分の全てをかけて必死になる必要はない。
God, I love this one so much. The holy blade that should have appeared in the hands of his successor took on a different look, and instead was held in the hands of this old friend in front of him. From the time the Hersher of Sentience appeared to challenge him, their plan had been put into motion, and at this moment they had finally reached their goal. With a weapon that no one expected her to use, this girl dealt a blazing blow with the power of active Honkai reaction, cutting something away from Kevin. That thing in her hand turned into a torch. It burned fiercely and was full of vitality.
全てをかけているわけではありません。ケビン、かつてあなたは自分の全てをかけて未来のために半日の時間を稼いでくれました。今度は私が同じ役目を果たしただけです。
$50,000 years, when expressed as a number, its sheer length becomes difficult to grasp. Yet some said every stop on this planet could be measured by 3 years. Whether someone could be your friend or lover for life, a moment could be remembered, a venture could succeed. Everything could be tested in 3 years. 50,000 years ago was long enough for these life-changing moments to occur 16,000 times. And the two worlds separated by this time span would be entirely different. The people of that ancient age faced a strange world that the people of today could not understand. They followed strange rules in their daily life. One must, above all, pardon these unhappy souls who chose to go on a pilgrimage on foot, who walk along the shore, and who look without understanding upon the horror of the struggle, and the deep sorrow of the vanquished. Oh, wow. This is back during the previous era. There was no doubt that the girl was the winner now, but just like the people of this era, she felt nothing but fear in her heart. The reason was simple. They knew that all victories were temporary, just like the girl's situation now. With the extreme caution, the girl recalled the bitter battle earlier, and started to take stock of her injuries. Before, she was surrounded by numerous monsters in this abandoned research facility, or at least it seemed abandoned. And the remains next to her indicated that the current progress of the battle. However, the girl could still recall the shadowy existence, whose appearance was difficult to make out, and the fear that she felt before lingered.
いいえ、戦いはまだ終わっていません。より強い敵がまだ近くにいます。あまりにも恐ろしい敵ですね。このまま放っておくわけにはいきません。崩壊は必ず消し去ってみせます。気配から察するに、もうすぐ出口に着くようですね。急がなければ。ケビン、さっき感じた力はケビンのものなんですか？
君なのか、フワ。
崩壊は必ず消し去ってみせます。
フワ、僕だ。ケビンだ。
Is she... It doesn't sound like she's her normal self when she says that. Is something compelling her to try and kill Honkai? Is the power inside Kevin so strong now that she can't distinguish him being somewhat human from the Honkai in him?
気をつけろ。あの副作用がなぜまた現れているのかはわからないが、すまないフワ。今の君を止めるにはこうするしかない。
いれ。これで破滅するがいい。ちれ。結末が来る。脆い。
Side effect. He's talking about a side
時
effect.
間はここで止まる。逃げ道を。
楽にしてくれ、フワ。これ以上君が自分を傷つけないようにした。ただそれだけだ。心配ない。 ここからはメイが全てを解決する。君は決して怪物ではない。今もこの先もだ。
To the to the girl, that past event ended this way. When she awoke again, she was submerged in a life support chamber. She could only feel the pain in her torso and did not have the strength to open her eyes. She only learned the truth of what happened a long time after.
つまり何があっても今後はあの力を使ってはいけないということですね。
その通りよ。ただ一つ例外があるの。あなた以外の火を追うがたちが全滅した時よ。でももしそうなってしまったら、使うかどうかなんて些細な問題でしかないわね。
それでこれは一体何が起こっているんですか？
まだ確かなことは言えない。でも最もあり得るのは、戒律と類似した特性を持つ心音があなたの体に影響を与えた際に予想外の変化が起こった。もしかしたらそれはあなた自身の執念が引き起こしたのかもしれないわね。崩壊を消滅させることはあなたにとって選択じゃなくて、ほぼ逆らえないある種の本能になっているの。
Oh.
でも融合戦士はもともと崩壊の力を借りて生まれた存在だから、もし自身を掌握する気を緩めてしまったら、あなたは本能に刺激され、崩壊にまつわるあらゆる存在を思うがままに破壊し尽くすでしょう。もちろん仲間とあなた自身もその中に含まれるはずよ。
Jesus.
無理して使えば残される結末はただ一つのみ。周囲の全てを滅ぼした後は自身を敵視し、迷うことなく攻撃を仕掛けるの。彼らの再生能力から考えれば、あなたは重傷を負っても素早く回復できるはず。つまりあなたは永遠にそのループへと陥るの。
Jesus. What a terrible existence. You are, in effect, immortal, and you will always see yourself as your greatest enemy. So you will always kill yourself, and then you will heal, and then you will kill yourself, and then you will heal. Oh my god, that is terrible. The girl could not retort. The memories of the past flooded back to her once again. She resorted to using active Honkai reaction for the first time, and not so long ago. It did destroy a large number of enemies, but it also brought destruction that could not be tolerated. That's right, the research facility was not abandoned, but destroyed by her, its guardian. And the most powerful monster she had been chasing was herself. Because of this coincidental accident, nobody else had ever seen how she looked when she used active Honkai reaction. And for the mods who heard of the incident, they were perhaps interested in checking the archives, but about that figure, even as the strongest, Kevin went through the active Honkai reaction to tame that figure. All they learned was a name. Garuda. God, it's such a glorious looking, outfit. In the spiritual atom, the battle between the girls and the wielder of finality continued. And they had achieved victory temporarily. Just as in the previous brief encounter, the absence of Swara made it possible for this figure to appear in this world again. At this moment, the man still spoke from a habit and called her by this familiar name, even though he knew as he uttered that name that the person before him was completely different from who she was in the past.
四季の律者、天元のもの、その全てが目くらましだったということか。
四季の律者は本気で劣ることなく正面から渡り合えると考えていたかもしれません。でもあなたを倒すことが私たちの目的ではありません。もちろんそれを果たす力も持ち合わせていません。
These words from her seemed ironic. After all, just earlier she had used the power of active Honkai reaction and made the surrounding space an uncanny chaos with just one blow.
全力を尽くしても私にできるのはあなたに宿った終焉の力を揺らすことだけです。
何しろ狙いは僕ではなかった。
As he said that, the man turned his gaze to the torchlight in Fuhua's hand. He saw through its appearance and knew its true form. It was an object that had always been with him.
そういうことか。幾度の試みを重ね、凡俗の手段を使ってでも終焉の力に挑んできたのは、道理で天元の者は全力を使わなかったのか。デュランダルは自分の武器を君に貸したんだな。
ええ、たとえ人為的崩落の力でも空間そのものには歯が立ちません。彼らが与えてくれた力ももちろん欠かせませんが、形なきものを切り落とすのであれば聖剣のような利器も同じく重要な役割を持っています。
君もそれを聖剣と呼ぶのか。
Hearing a different name for that weapon reminded him of the time when he had heard it was created, before his successor ended drifting in the Sea of Quanta and learned to harness its power. It was another ambitious creation of the moths. In its complete form, it could even cut through space itself. It had deviated from the original goal of manipulating microscopic particles farther than it had from its name. The same could be said for many things after 50,000 years, and he was no exception.
スターアンカーが僕をターゲットにしていると判断し、かわそうとした瞬間、君はそれを使って僕の影を一部切り取った。しかし、もっと意外だったのは、君がそれの本質を知っていることだ。
As the man said that, the shadow behind him surged with the hundreds of beasts. Was also seen to be a certain agent of the world serpent recently. Wait a minute, is he saying that his shadow is Grey Serpent? But other than a cry of horror, she cannot learn anything about the nature of that shadow.
そうですね。何しろこういうことは私の得意分野ではありません。このことにおいて私はあなたのよく知っているフアと比べてそう変わっていません。私はただ他人の指示通りに行動しているだけです。
I can see because of how they layered the animation here, this item, which is animated separately from Fuhua, is just a little too far to the right to where it's in front of this fingertip. I think if they had moved it a little more to the left, it would have meshed better because the fingertip wouldn't be behind this item, so it would have made it seem more like it was in her palm. This is just something I'm noticing, but it's fine either way. I'm just following the instructions of others.
その影があなたと分裂することで松明になるだなんて予想外でした。でもこの時代には同じように天才的な頭脳を持った人たちがいます。たとえバラバラな情報であっても欠点を見抜くことができます。あなたが支払った代価を知ることができました。ケビン、終焉の力を支配することは見せているほど楽なものではありませんね。彼女たちは最初その影を成婚計画を実行した後に生まれたあなた自身の夢の具現だと思っていました。
Oh, is he assimilating Honkai beasts into his shadow to help control the power of finality?
しかしそれはありえないことだと私は知っています。戒律の存在によってあなたは数万年も前に夢を見るという客観視する能力を失っています。
それがどうした？
ですのでただの推測かもしれませんが、自身が終焉の律者であることを否定している以上可能性は十分にあります。あなたが今置かれている状況はおそらく私が心音を持った状態で人為的崩落を使った時の結末と大して変わらないのでしょう。何らかの方法で終焉の力を手にしても律者ではない以上 あなた自身も普通の人たちと同じくそれを受け止めきれない。つまりその力はあなたの肉体を少しずつ破壊していく。そしてキマイラの最終的な産物である以上、体内にも同じくカルラの因子があるはず。それも私以上にキマイラの特性が適用されているのでしょう。それゆえにあなたの体は、言い方を変えればあなたと融合した貝の崩壊獣が常に破壊され、同時に絶え間なく再生しているような状態に陥っている。
Good God.
いわゆる影とは簒奪者であるあなたのムクロ。それはその崩壊獣たちの最後の夢でもあるのです。それと私が感知してたように、それは終焉の眉による本物の権能がもたらす追撃すらも受けてます。実際にこの瞬間も私が必死に人為的崩落の姿を維持しなければ、一瞬でその力に跡形もなく消されるでしょう。ケビン、確かにあなたは嘘をついていませんが、あなたは曖昧な表現で自分の現状を巧妙に隠していました。今この時点で人間としての基本的な感情と知能を維持できているだけで十分奇跡と言えます。
Jesus. And he's been doing this for 50,000 years?
どうやら先ほどの自己評価はいささか謙遜しすぎたようだ。
ということは図星ですね。
人類という種が支払った代価から考えれば語るに足りないものだ。そうなると今この時に僕と決着をつける以外に。
ええ、そういう眉からの追撃は確かに恐ろしいものですが、角度を変えて考えると、それを遡ってたどっていけば終焉の眉のありかを確認できます。そしてそれはあなたから終焉の力を奪い取る機会でもあります。そう考えればその事実がもたらす可能性は以前の私たちが考えていた状況よりよっぽどマシです。
ここまでするとは確かに素晴らしい。不破、君があの子たちをそれほど信頼している理由は何だ？例えば君が僕のようにその力を一時的に引き受けられるかどうかについては、それを手にするまでおそらく確信できないだろう。
ええ。でもケビン、彼女たちはただの子供ではなく一つの時代なんです。その事実に関して彼女たちとあなたに違いはありません。それに戦場で律者たちと戦った私たちと比べて年齢もそう変わりません。
こんな醜い勝利でもかつての日々で全力を尽くして得たものだと君は知っている。少しでも間違いが生じれば全てをやり直す必要がある。彼女たちがより揺るぎない姿で僕を乗り越えない限り、僕は君たち全員の終焉であり続ける。
ケビン、あなたも私も全文明の人間たちは衝動的になりがちだったのかもしれません。ですが私たちが情に流されることは一度もありません。
つまり君たちはチャンスを求めているのではなく、
The girl gave no answer. She must not, in any form, let Kevin realize the whole of their plan. After all, even if Kevin was lenient, he was still capable of extinguishing the fire before it could spread. Their insistence on absolute Their insistence on absolute ironically led them to the same destination.
それでいい。何はどうあれ、この長い一日もそろそろ終わりを迎えるべきだ。
ケビン、
君の言う通りだ。僕たちは情に流されはしない。君と戦いたくはないが、影を再び取り戻せるのなら僕はそうする。先の一戦は君たちの勝ちだ。もし君と共にその影をここで殺してしまえば話は別だが。
あなたなら知っているはずです。私はあなたを恐れていません。
初めから僕たちは生死をめぐって争っているわけではない。僕は結果のみを重んじる。君たちが自分たちにできると信じているなら、その結末を僕の前まで持ってくるといい。
Out of habit, the man looked up and gazed afar in search of the moon, despite being inside the spiritual atom. Everything started here, and everything would end here. The man had that premonition, but he also said,
たとえ未来を変えられなくても、私はその結果にたどり着くまでの過程を自分で決めたい。かつての彼女はそう言った。だが僕にはできない。それは君たちが何を試そうとしているかを気にしない理由でもある。どう始まったか、どう進んだかなど関係なく、どう終わるかは僕がこの手で決める。
That was the end of 35.5. That was an hour and a half long mission. What? Oh boy, we're not getting to 35.9 today.
テレサさん、心の準備はできてるだろう。例えば自分の手で全てを決めると。
いいえ、正直に言って自分の方法なら必ず夢の主を現実に戻せるって誰も保証できないし、だから計画がうまくいくよう私もちょっと強めな準備をしておくわ。
夢を飲み込むビシュヌの力を使うのかい？
そうよ。初めて精魂空間に入った時に自分の夢を飲み込んだの。だからもし収拾がつかなくなったら目覚めたくない人たちの夢を躊躇なく飲み込むわ。人類の心と歴史の中に入ったからにはその未来のために責任を負わなければならない。それに少なくともエネルギーで夢を爆発させるよりはずっと安全よ。
思うがままにやりなさい、テレサ。他人を導くことはできる。でも代わりに歩むことはできないとはいえ、無条件で誰か一人のわがままに付き合う義務なんてないわ。どちらにせよこの全ての結果は人類が背負わなければならない歴史と未来になる。だからテレサ、あんたはあんた自身を信じればいいの。
ありがとう。もし必要であれば私は誰かを代表して選択するわ。そう言ったけれどその時が永遠に来ないことを私は願ってる。
Fortunately, the fellow humans she visited did not let her down. After breaking through several layers of dreams, the cloud of apprehension that loomed over her heart
フ
dissipated.
カたちなら必ず成功するわ。リタの計画によるとみんなは何とかしてケビンから影のかけらを奪取するはず。その後私はキマイラと同じ源を持つビシュヌの力で影にいる崩壊獣の残夢を飲み込み終焉の眉の本当の場所を探す。
A distant voice pierced the space and interrupted her diffused
ちょっ
musings.
とあなたたちぼーっとしてる場合じゃないでしょ。
式の律者、あなたたちは成功したの？
もちろん。私を誰だと思ってるの？ちゃんと受け取って。
That's cool. A flame rose from the void and landed in Teresa's arms. It danced about silently, appearing bright and harmless. However, at the core of the flame there was a cold and distorted force that, like countless formless blades, pierced her skin and bones. It seemed as if her soul was being churned up and dissolved into the same void as the dream.
これが本当の終焉の力なの？テレサ学園長？テレサ学園長、どうしたんですか？バカ、彼女に触っちゃダメ。死にたいわけ？迂闊に近づいたら私たちもあの力に同化してしまうわよ。でもゼーレン、心配しないで。そうよね。不可も四季の律者もあのケビンでさえも同じ苦しみを味わったはず。だったら私もきっと。
これぐらいなんともない。ケビンの全力の一撃とは比べ物にならないでしょ。今の世代の人ってばまったく。待って、違う。あなたたち気をつけて。
Oh. Violent noises broke out from all around them. In an instant, Sela and Teresa were surrounded by Honkai beasts. Oh.
そっちに行ったの？しつこいな。
これは一体どういうこと？
あいつらはその炎目当てで来たんだ。3人で手分けして行動して振り切ったと思ったら、まさかあなたたちのところへ行ったとは。
ゼーレ、今こいつらを倒せるのは。
そうだ、周りの崩壊獣を早く倒さないと、その炎の塊はあいつらの夢でいっぱいになって消えてしまうかもってネゲントロピーの2人が言ってた。
そういう大事なことは次は早く言ってちょうだい。でもますます多くなってきています。
いや、そんなのほっといて。あなたたちはあのなんちゃら眉の場所を見つけるって言ってたでしょ。それならその炎を消させないでよ。
We're good?
もういい。ゼーレ、早く私に代わって。
Stygian Nymph?
本当に命
Hell
知らず
yeah.
ね。
Hell
ま
yeah.
るで雨上が
It's
り
been
の
so long
雨
since
の
I've used this
愚か
this Valkyrie
ちっ
outfit.
ぽけで嘆かわしい。来れば来るほど死んでいくだけだっていうのに。テレサに一歩も近寄らせないわよ。全部消えなさい。
Oh, I love it. Meanwhile, Teresa huddled tightly, with the flame burning silently before her chest. No matter how the flame licked her bones and spirit, she didn't let go. Even so, the flame gradually
どう
dimmed.
しよう。崩壊獣は四方八方から絶えず襲ってきてる。どれだけ倒しても倒しきれない崩壊獣の夢が影に入っていくわ。ガラス瓶の中に入ってる放っておかれたろうそくのように、このままじゃいつか炎は消えてしまう。もし私の力がもっと強ければ一気に飲み込むことができるはず。
As a Vishnu that grew by devouring, she must first ingest to increase her strength. And these imaginary scraps were not easy to digest. The complete Vishnu of the legends might be different, but as Teresa, she was unable to regain strength by
もっ
battling.
と強くなりたい。ちょっとだけでも。
Silver speckles of light suddenly gathered around her hands.
ここは一般人の夢。
Back in the Stigma space, she had devoured her multi-layered dream at once, and thus obtained the power to escape from dreams. And now, countless sweet dreams were floating around her hands. Teresa finally realized that this space, filled with countless human dreams, was a vast sea of treasures for her.
結局こうしなければならないのね。
After going in circles, fate placed the decision that she had hesitated to make at the beginning back in her hands. As she had promised before, she had finally had to choose between the ideal and the future of humanity. And ironically, what she now needed to, could, and must devour were not those stubborn elements that prevented the dream cluster from disintegrating, but the most mundane dreams of ordinary people. Schools, parks, stadiums, daily necessities, game consoles, and electric guitars. The dreams made no sound, as if they were waiting for Teresa to decide their fate.
私の手にあるのは人類の未来、人類最後の希望になるかもしれない。これは彼女たちが命がけで手に入れてくれた唯一のチャンス。絶対無駄にはしたりしない。
She made her decision in an instant.
ゼーレ、ちょっと手伝ってちょうだい。テレサ学園長。
As if realizing what Teresa had to do, the Stigma's spirit returned the body to Quantum's daughter.
覚えているわ。ここに入ったばかりの時に試したように、あなたには夢を感知して引き寄せる力があるでしょ。それならもっと多くの夢を引き寄せることはできる。つまり全ての夢を崩壊獣の出現範囲から離れたところへ。持っていけってことですか？でもそれじゃ学園長が一人でどんどん湧いてくる崩壊獣と対峙することになってしまいます。それに学園長の力は確か。大丈夫。夢の干渉さえなければあいつらくらい全て倒せるわ。説明している暇はないの。ゼーレ、私を信じて。知ってるわ。あなたならできるって。はい、テレサ学園長。
Dreamlands flitted like glowing fireflies and receded with the girl's figure.
それじゃあ、私が代わりに前線に出るわ。ゼーレ。ゼーレ、やっぱりやってくれたのね。これで夢を飲み込んで強くなることはできない。飲み込む対象を失ったから。
I'm frozen by neurotoxin!
戦士の際際で臆病な決断をするよりも全ての人を守るなんて本当に難しいことよね。私は力も心も強くない。ふさわしいリーダーでもなければ立派な戦士とも言えない。人類が運命の十字路に立たされた時、私は誰も傷つけたくはないし、彼らの全てを救うこともできない。そして私はただためらうばかりで前に進めない。消えなさい。でも無理やりの決断、それもまた決断よね。そうでしょ。誰一人諦めたりはしない。誰一人代価にしたりはしない。それはテレサである、天命の司教である私の決断なの。だから最後の手を使う時が来た。この炎は消えたりはしない。自分の力でここの残滓を排除してみせる。血騎士月光、制限解除。私の骨を、私の血と肉をすべてあなたの糧にしなさい、ビシュヌ。
それで現地の住民に反対されて任務を中止したの？
わからないやつらよね、クミンが。
そんなこと言わないで。眼識のない一般人にとって天命の偉大な事業は理解しにくいのよ。司教様も言ってたじゃない、一般人には寛容にって。あら、こんにちはテレサ様。
こんにちは。 アガサ。
テレサ様、人違いですよ。私は極東支部第一小隊のヘレンです。先週会ったばかりですよね。
ごめんなさい。何も違わない。
There's no difference.
それぞれに違う名前があって違う顔をしているのに、言ってることとしてることはみんな同じ。まさか本当におじいさまが言ったように、みんなはただ他人の歴史を繰り返してるだけなの？まるで私のように。
ここの夜景綺麗ね。
どうして？
窓からこぼれる光は綺麗だと思わない？
それは一般的な蛍光灯でしょ。明度も低いし飾りも華麗なものじゃない。天命本部の照明とは全然比べ物にならないわ。
でもその光が暖かいのよ。一つの光は一つの過程を表してる。似たような光でも違う色を映してる。光の主人は誰？どんな物語があるの？誰かを待ってるのかしら。そんなことを思うと、この夜景が守られて本当に嬉しいのよ。
説教は終わりました？
外で作戦に参加するより疲れたわ。あの子たちったら安心できる子が一人もいなくて。
若いですからね。元気があるのもわからなくはないんですけど。
あなたの考え方が羨ましいわ。毎日あの子たちと知恵比べをしてたら疲れて死ぬか噴死するかのどっちかになっちゃいそう。
あら、先月の始業式ではこうおっしゃってたじゃないですか。バルキリーたちが死と隣り合わせて戦っているのは一般人が自由に生きていくためって。
あの子たちは一般人じゃないでしょ。
違うんですか？はいはい、落ち着いてください。私たちの優しい学園長。
In the hazy dream, the past appeared and disappeared in bursts, like the starlight on the sea. Teresa's mind was like a boat on the sea, drifting aimlessly in the abyss of the spiritual world.
あの時の私は何を考えていたのかしら。よく覚えてないわ。だってあの時より私はだいぶ変わったもの。あの子たちのおかげだわ。あの子たちがこの世界のことをもう一度教えてくれた。他の人と同じようでいて同じじゃないってことを知った私ったら何を考えてるのかしら。本当に死んじゃうわけでもないのに。
The flames stopped dancing and burned silently. Teresa could feel the burning warmth and the bone-piercing cold stopped disturbing her mind. At some point, she had started to feel her limbs again.
終わったの。でも完全な人為的崩落を経験した後だもの。私も今までの姿じゃなくなってるはずよね。帰ったらリタたちは私だってわかるかしら。どうやら過ちを犯さない良い司教になることは簡単じゃないようね。
After much hesitation, Teresa slowly opened her eyes. Nice. Teresa being a badass. Hell yeah. She did not see the sharp claws she had been expecting. She saw a pair of hands belonging to a girl whose fingers were slender and whose nails were round, like all teenagers approaching adulthood. She had seen this scene countless times in dreams, but had never thought that she'd actually fulfill a wish that had long been buried in memories in this scene.
私は大人になったの。
Oh yeah, she does look a bit older in this image. The gift forgotten by fate returned to her in such a surprising form after she had forgotten it for decades. Even in this time of crisis, she wanted to cry and laugh at the same time.
これもまたみんなの祝福なのかしら。
The howling of Honkai beasts came from far away once more.
来なさい。何度でも。何も残らないように飲み込んであげるわ。私はテレサ・アポカリプス、天命の大司教よ。この距離なら大丈夫だよね。テレサ学園長の方はどうなってるのかな。
良くない状況かもしれないわね。どうしたの？私のこと、覚えてないのかしら？
What the fuck?
のこのこと姿を現すなんてね。いいわ。今度は骨の髄まで染み込むほどの恐怖を味わわせてあげる。
相変わらず短気なのね。
ゼーレ、彼女は？前に連絡が取れない状態になったことを覚えてる？つまりそれが彼女の仕業だったの？心配しないで、ゼーレ。もうすぐ。
Oh yeah, because Sela wasn't with everyone when they met Hare for the first time.
もうすぐ彼女は自分のしたことを後悔することになるから。
The woman who had returned the name Hare looked at the two who tensed up at the sight of her and smiled helplessly. She felt like she still lacked the ability to make friends.
あなたたちの今の気持ちはわかるわ。私はみんなのことをあまり分かってなくて過ちを犯してしまった。でも今はそんなことを話してる場合じゃないのかもしれないわ。あなたの仲間が危険な目に遭ってるかもしれないわよ。
テレサ学園長？ちょっと、テレサに何をしたの？
あら、誤解よ。私はただの関係ない通りすがりだもの。何もしてないし、あなたたちに協力するつもりもないわ。でもあなたたちが聞きたい情報をちょうど知ってたりするわね。
変な小細工を考えない方がいいわよ。
本当に何も考えてないわ。私が知ってる限りではこの夢の迷宮であなたたちを助けられる人がちょうど一人いると思うの。
Is she talking about Sigma?
どうかしら？再び夢に入って探してみる？もし信じてくれたら嬉しいわ。だって私は誠実な人だもの。それじゃあまたね。
あなた、
誤解しないで。本当はただこういう世界には長居できないだけなの。
Hare smiled and her body gradually blurred, ultimately becoming a dreamlike glow that vanished before Sela's eyes, just like when she appeared. Okay, 35.6 is done. Nice. That was a lot quicker. The world began in chaos. In the chaotic dreamland, the girls slept in chaos. Countless silk-thin threads were scattered around her, their tender touches evoking her thoughts. Green light. Definitely gotta be Sigma. There is a complete story in each thread, cycling as the clock went. For the girl and the battleship at dusk to the origin and the finality under the starry sky. This was how everything existed in the pseudo-time crystal. Oh my god, you're kidding me. They announced that form that early? In the haziness of her thoughts, she heard someone calling.
誰？ そこにいるのはまた未来を見てしまったの。
The blurry figure turned sideways towards her, lips moving slightly as if telling her something.
あなたは誰？何を伝えようとしてるの？
As if aware of the girl's state, the figure shook their head and then faded out of focus.
待って、せめて顔だけでも。ここはどこ？何があったの？
After her temporary confusion, she came to her senses and remembered everything that had happened before she was caged in the dream.
だから今は逆に自分の夢の中にいるってこと？そうだよね。疑似時間結晶から生まれた私の行動の仕方はまるで人間が夢を見ているようなものなんだから。だから私を夢に閉じ込めても新しい夢は見れない。だって私はただの物語の記録者で創造者ではないから。それよりここから脱出する方法を早く見つけよう。メイちゃんたちはどうなったのかな。でも私がこの前見た未来だと彼女たちは無事脱出してるはず。違う。何かとても大事なことを忘れてるような気がする。暗い。このままじゃ何も見えない。どうやって脱出すればいいの？何？誰が何をしたの？偶然かな。やっぱり早く出口を探そう。私の夢ってこんな風になってるんだ。
This place looks wild.
これは
はい。
どうして？よし、続けて進もう。広い。私の存在に関わる物語がないからかな。本当に悲しい発見だね。
I can't go that way. Fine, fine, fine. おかしいね。こっちも阻まれてるなんて。あれ？どういうこと？ Huh? A door out?
ダメ。全然心当たりがない。おかしいよ。なんでここに崩壊獣がいるのかな。ここは私の夢じゃなかったの？まあいい。考えてる余裕なんてないよね。まずは戦おう。
Wait a minute.
額損傷。 へ進もうかな。なんだか妙な直感が働いたかも。
Forward.
これはまるで誰かが直接意識に話しかけてるみたい。
Forward.
この先が出口。ありがとう。さっきからずっと案内してくれてるよね。あなたはずっと私たちのことを見てる。そう、わかりやすいヒントだったしね。私の存在のあり方は特別だから、この世界の異常をより感じやすくなってるの。それであなたが時間なの？
It seems our understanding of time is a little bit different.
私が見たのはあなたの目に映る物語だよね。誕生した瞬間から私の目に映る世界は並行する無数の時間に切り分けられてる。果てのない時間の中で私は数えきれないほどの過去と未来を経験して、数えきれないほどの似たような物語を見届けてきた。物語はそれぞれ違い、長いものも短いものもあった。あるものは月下美人のようにすぐに消えたし、唯一変わってないのは私が注目してきた、ずっと見守ってきた物語の未来なんだ。最近になってようやく分かったの。
Night sketch.
こういう時間は誰かのためだけに存在するって。
Thanks
一
for
人の人間が加わるたびに物語に新しい輪廻が生まれる。
Okay, she finished. Thanks for coming, sketch. Hope you have a good night. Stay safe, stay happy, and stay healthy, and have a good rest. See you next time. It's only recently that I've realized these times exist because of someone. With each of them that joins, a new cycle is created.
その人は私と同じく物語の一部始終を見届け、より遠い未来を見てみたいと思ってる。
Thank you for the follow. Hey, Deva. Hope you're doing well today. Welcome to the stream. Pull up a chair, grab a drink, and hope you enjoy the show.
その人が選択するたびに物語は少しずつ書き換えられて、その人だけの表情を見せる。それはあなたなの？あるいはあなたたちなの？やっぱりね。こんにちは。時間の起点と終点、すべての物語の起源。
It's like she's speaking directly to the player.
まさかあなたたちとこんな形で会えるなんて。今まではずっと物語の見届け人として数えきれないほどの過去と未来の可能性の間をさまよってきた。でもそういった全ての生存者に会えるなんて思ってもみなかったよ。本当に感動できるシーンだよね。そして今あなたたちがここに現れたってことは、私が見たあの未来はもう手の届く場所にある。そうだよね。
You should witness the ending together with them.
彼女たちの物語を見たら、見て見ぬふりをする人なんていないって知ってたよ。だってそれは長くて美しい物語だからね。何も知らなかった少女はつまずきながらも数えきれないほどの笑顔と涙を経験して、やがて頼もしいバルキリーになっていった。
There was an event with her that could give you a better context with this scene. Yeah, because she's basically she's breaking the fourth wall in this sense, right? And the person that is speaking is the players, isn't it? At least that's my understanding of it. What was the event like? Because I'm sure it was done years ago. Because I started this story... Okay, cool. Well, I thought so. Yeah, because I started playing Honkai Impact 3rd a bit over a year ago. So, like, well into the 1.5 story. It's called Honkai Salvation Log. I wonder if I could find a... I wonder if I could look it up. Honkai Salvation Log. Oh, there's a wiki of it. But it doesn't really tell you the story. Party's over, back to sleep. This page contains content that is no longer available. It may or may not return in the future, but its return, at least in its original form, is highly unlikely. Oh, okay, interesting. Nice.
お疲れ様。よくやったねって言ってあげたいでしょ。そしてこう伝えたい。うん、そうだね。どうやら私はやっぱりあなたのために生まれた命みたい。
Sigma is kind of like... I wouldn't say she's a self-insert for the player, but she is sort of in a very similar position as the player. She was a watcher, she was a listener, she was a viewer, and she became part of the story because of it.
ありがとう。あなたと一緒にいた長い物語もやっと思い出せたよ。
At the end of the long and winding road appeared a light, like a guide in a foggy dream. In her hazy thoughts, she heard an echo of the future again, like an observer. Yep. Also, I can't believe that they... Because I know what this skin is, I can't believe they showed it so early. Man, that's wild. Also, they also showed... I didn't realize that, Fuhua's latest, Phoenix Valkyrie suit was her in her active Honkai reaction form. And I didn't realize that they had announced that in 35.5 story. When this dropped live on live servers, yeah, I bet. Oh man, that's wild. She knew that as long as the person reached out to her, time will synchronize again, be it for that person or for her herself. And so she fervently grabbed that ray of light. As gently as she could, she gripped the person's wrist.
ありがとう。今度はあなたが私を案内する番だよね。
The fact that it's like, oh, look, it's Sela. I wonder why. Oh.
あなたはあの時漁師の海にいた。
From that time in the Sea of Quanta. That time in the Sea of Quanta. Is she talking about the space they're in now? I'm trying to remember when Sela previously met Sigma. I can't remember.
どいて。あなたは何者なの？もう一人のゼーレに今のあなた。はじめまして。あなたの勘は鋭かったよ。でも心配しないで。悪意はないんだ。私に呼びかけるあなたたちに気づいたから。そしてあなたたちの呼びかけのおかげで私は夢の檻から解放されたんだ。だから恩返しとして喜んで助けてあげる。あ、そうだ、テレサ学園長が。問題ないよ。彼女のすべてを夢で見たから。彼女は大丈夫。でも確かに助けが必要だと思う。さあ、一緒に彼女がまだクリアしてないことをやり遂げよう。
The space in front of them seemed distorted and abstract, and like a dissolving soap bubble.
怖がらないで。
これはちょっとした移動技術だよ。ただ虚数空間でしか力を発揮できないから、あなたたちの役にはあんまり立てないんだ。
As everything before them returned to normal, they were back in the space where they had parted ways with Teresa. The aggressive Honkai beasts were nowhere to be seen, and a small figure lay nearby. Oh, okay. So after Teresa got it, she left her active Honkai reaction and reverted back to her normal form. Sela rushed forward and helped the weakened girl up from the ground. Okay, that's a question that I have now. Does that mean that in the future we might get like an active Honkai reaction form for Teresa, to where she looks basically like Colin?
大丈夫。気を失ってるだけよ。
A faint flame was dancing quietly at her chest. Even while unconscious, Teresa had her arms folded slightly, carefully protecting the flame in front of her chest. Although it had become as weak as a candle flame, it still burned steadily, as if it would never be extinguished.
お疲れ様、テレサちゃん。後のことは私たちに任せて。
The mechanical girl held her hand out to the flame. The moment she touched the flame, several faint glows floated away from behind Teresa. They were human dreamlands that Sela could not take away, and they were left behind.
力尽きても、あなたは人間たちの夢を守ってたんだね。本当によかった。あなたはやり遂げたよ。たとえ彼らがこういった全てを感じ取れなくても、本能は、未来への憧れは、やがてこの世界に新たな奇跡をもたらす。
I mean, if Luna exists, I can see them pulling a grown-up Teresa in the future. True! So very true. Wow, I didn't think about that. Also, the fact that Luna became her adult form after spending, I don't even remember, it was like countless decades in that void. Wild. Teresa, I'll be a full-grown adult in 3,000 years. 10,000 plus years. Oh my god, yeah. Teresa, my figure will fill out in about 10,000 years. She just has the Lisa, oh god expression. Oh god damn it, did my controller desync again? Come on. Yep, you did. Come on. There we go.
彼らが私に授けたこの力のように。
Did you? God damn it! Might be about time to... Or I could actually just try syncing this controller with Bluetooth. That would work. Instead of having it plugged in. Just like these powers they gave me. The shadow in her hand started burning fiercely, almost bright enough to illuminate the entire dream space. Meanwhile, at the Salt Lake base, the surveillance instruments let out a loud roar, and the usually organized laboratory was thrown into chaos.
ロサ頭、成し遂げたわよ。早く虚数空間にいるキアナたちに連絡を取って。終焉の眉の座標が分かったわ。
35.7. Through the countless samsaras, humans had found the cocoon's whereabouts for the first time. Those passive existences who looked upon the world from a higher dimension, what would they think of this unprecedented change? But rather than those intangible existences...
もしもし
Senti?
聞こえてる？ずっと待機してたお子ちゃまたち。
Little ones on hold. An energetic voice suddenly sounded in their heads and instantly lifted their waning spirits. They had taken turns to deal with waves of enemies surging from the chaos since they'd received instructions to be on standby and had rested here for a rather long time.
シキちゃん。
ちょっとそんな大声を出さないで。頭が痛い。
ごめん、大丈夫？
大丈夫に決まってるでしょ。まあ兵を養うこと1000日、要は一丁にありって言うし。
まさか。
うん。誰が行くのかもう決めたんでしょ。ぐずぐずしないで。もう時間がないんだから。
The Hersher of Sentience did not say it explicitly, but at that moment, the three of them could not possibly have misunderstood the incoming task. They had finally located the cocoon after much difficulty, and the final decision they needed to make was which one of them was to face the cocoon and become an artificial Hersher of Finality. Whatever the case, this was at least a better approach than fusion surgeries or other methods. And so, after a short spell of silence, someone spoke. Kiana.
問題ありません。式の律者。
Oh, Bronya spoke.
ブローニャたちは一緒にやり遂げます。
はい。
ケビンが終焉の力を支配できている以上、終焉の律者が一人じゃなくちゃいけないって誰が決めたの？
Since Kevin can harness the power of finality, who can say for sure?
私たちの思想空間が互いにつながっている限り、律者の権能が何人に集中しようが、そんなことは重要じゃないでしょ。
Man, Kiana's Hersher of Origin. Their final evolutions of all of them are like very nice.
もし全てを一人に集中させなければならないというなら、私はもちろん譲れないよ。ただ、私たちはチームなんだから、もし可能であれば、みんなで一緒にこの重要な使命を果たしたいって思うのは当たり前だよね。
まあいいや。私は構わないけど、権能を貸し出そうが、思想空間をつなげようが、意識の律者にとっては何も変わりはないし。だから、手短に話すと、あなたたちはどうしたい？ 1,2 時間かけて深いところまで融合するとか言わないでよ。時間は有限なんだから。
それはありません。少し前の経験から見る限り、ブローニャたちが目指す状態は、支配の律者と対決した時の状況に似ています。さらにはっきり言えば、キアナをみんなをつなげる媒介にするつもりです。
ただ今回、私たち3人以外に必要なのは、委員長じゃなくて、あんただよ、式の律者。
勝手にすれば
anytime Senti's told, we need you. Fine, I guess I'll help. God, it's not like you would be able to do it without me anyway.
言ったはずだよ。時間は有限だって。先陣を切るのは誰？
期限の律者よりもっといい選択があるかしら。
She is very tsundere. She is very soon. Oh man. One moment. It was as they had discussed at. It was as if words. It was if they had discussed it at length. All the noises around died down. What is the authority of origin? The first Hersher of human clearly did not want to explain it with words. Leave the theories and facts to the textbooks. As our successors, follow the trails of our lives and marks of our souls to find your answer. Perhaps at that time, Raiden Mei had not fully assimilated these words, but at this moment her intuitive move had proven everything.
キアナちゃん、この刀を握って。そして目をつぶって。
Screenshot.
それから思いのままにすればいい。残りのことは私に任せて。
え？すべてを理解する前に、少女は奇妙な地に足を踏み入れた。
Interesting. I wasn't expecting an actual voice narration.
頭上には綺麗な夜空ときらめく星々。足元には涼しい源、無限の東映。それは彼女が見たことのない景色だった。まるで人類が憧れる美しさを全てここに集めたようだ。胸の鼓動を感じながら優しく導かれ、彼女は正解の奥へと出発した。 時間は完全に止まっている。旅の道中で彼女は起源の律者の全てを紐解いた。終点にたどり着き、彼女は雷の律者の本質を理解した。元凶が終わり、体が消える直前に、彼女は再びライデン・メイを知った。
And Kiana's heart went doki doki. It happened of itself in a calm way, that in the evening night time follows day. And it was the same with how things ended.
どうだった？
不思議な感じだったよ。まるでメイ先輩が歩んだ道をもう一度たどって、その時の感情を体験したみたいだった。
キアナちゃんの今の気分を聞いてるのよ。
もちろん最高だよ。体に101人分の力があるみたい。
These freaking girls, I swear to God. It's gonna give me diabetes with their sweetness.
大したことないじゃない。私に代わったらキアナは1001人分の力を手に入れられるよ。
Oh, Senti, never change.
キアナの人数なんてどうでもいいと思いますが、式の律者、あなたは時間が大事だと主張したじゃないですか。さあ、キアナ、始めましょう。
There were poisons so subtle that to know their properties one had to sicken of them. There were maladies so strange that one had to pass through them if one sought to understand their nature. These were the words Bronya saw in one of Dr. Einstein's books. Its author wrote mad things unfailingly, but if one read closely, they would begin to make sense.
観察することを学びたければ、混沌を直視しなければならないと言った人がいました。
だから私は両目を閉じる。
耳を傾けたければ、静寂に身を置かなければならないと言った人がいました。
だから私は雑音を遮る。
未来を知りたければ、今を生きなければならないと言った人がいました。
Must live in the present and understand the past to live in the present and learn from the past to understand the future.
だから私は地に足をつける。
すべてを手にしたければ、すべてを奪わなければならないと言った人がいました。
だから私は変わる。
もう終わりましたよ、キアナ。どうしたんですか？断りの律者の本質がこうもシンプルだったことが意外でしたか？
I find it interesting that Bronya still calls herself the Hersher of Reason when this is technically the Hersher of Truth's form. Or at least the Valkyrie suit is called the Hersher of Truth. I find that interesting.
シンプルだったというより、あそこには何もなかったと言った方がいいかもしれないね。
ええ。断りの律者の力は、そもそも左上の楼閣。つまり数学みたいなものです。
I've never heard of mathematics being analogized, put into an analogy of a floating castle.
1+1 は2の証明は、ただ自然数の定義を繰り返しただけです。断りの律者も、ただ文明が進化した時の理論を自然に継承しただけなんです。
Oh, I see. In Chinese, they're called the true Hersher of Reason. Okay.
ですから、断りの律者の権能を統合しても、他の律者の身には何も起こりません。それは一般人の奇跡ですから。
でも、
Oh. Huh. I just realized that. Technically, I just realized that in a sense the Hersher of Reason is the human Hersher, is the Hersher of human, and I can't believe I didn't really think about this before. The Hersher of Reason is the current era's Hersher of human, which makes sense. But I didn't realize that until just now, that was also replicated. For instance, in the previous era, Alicia was just born in the woods and chose her own name, while in this era, Joaquin, well, no, not Joaquin. Joaquin was Welt Yang's first name. Welt Joyce. Welt Joyce was a being that was born from 10,000 human souls, basically, coming together and forming to create the first Hersher of this era. How did I just realize this? I'd known about the replication of like the Hershers for forever now, and I just now recognized it. What the hell is wrong with me? Oh yeah. Now I remember where I was going with this. And then after they killed the Hersher of Corruption in the previous era, what's the word? Alicia went from being the Hersher of Human and sort of went through her own metamorphosis into being the Hersher of Egos, much like how in this era, the first Hersher had a metamorphosis after the fall of the 12th. But origins and reasons authorities are different in nature. Yes, very true. Very, very true. I'm just realizing that technically, Bronya was not really the first Hersher, but the Hersher of Reason was the first Hersher and had its metamorphosis after the death of the 12th Hersher, or the fall of the 12th Hersher. Death in both cases, I believe. In both timelines. The first Hersher had its metamorphosis after the death of the 12th.
大丈夫です。キアナはすでにブローニャの力を受け取りました。これで十分です。
それじゃ次は私の番だよね。
確かにキアナちゃんと式の律者が統合に成功したら、全ての律者の権能は半分が通じ合ったことになる。
Okay, let me think about this. Kiana by herself right now holds the power of the Void and the power of the Flame Scion, so that's 2. She just inherited the Hersher of she inherited, quote unquote. She fused the Hersher of Thunder and the Hersher of Origins into her, so that's 4 technically. And then she got the Hersher of Reason in her just now, which is also the Hersher of Treason / the Hersher of Truth, so I guess you could consider that 6. And then she'll be getting the Hersher of Sentience, which would be 7, which, like Siren, when Siren was around, apparently Siren fused 7 authorities together into herself. Kiana is now fusing 5 to 7 authorities into herself before trying to take command of Finality. Or inherit Finality, rather.
つまりそれ以外の律者の権能は、
ええ、一つずつ挑む必要があるのかもしれないわ。マユが何を用意しているのかは誰にもわからないけど。
は？あなたたちバカなの？
Damn!
もういい。キアナ、ちゃんと立って。そこから動かないでよ。
After that, the 3 heard no more from the Hersher of Sentience. Her silence was as abrupt as her voice.
ここは
ほら、終わったよ。ついでに瞬間移動も手伝ってくれたんだね。どうキアナ？今のあなたには1万1人分の力があるはずだよ。
つまり私たちの権能の統合は成功したってこと？
もちろん。
キアナとブローニャの時ですら十分早いと思いましたが、まさか式の律者の方が早いとは。
もっと早くすることもできたはずだけどね。理由についてはライデン・メイ自身が一番よく知ってるでしょ。
それは
ここが数十億の意識が織りなす巨大な網で、あなたが意識の律者だからなの？
May, one smart cookie, no matter the timeline.
は？ライデン・メイ、とぼけてるの？あなたがついでにやれと頼んだんじゃない。今はそれをわざと聞くわけ？
You're the
ど
one
ういう
that
つもり？
you're the one that gave me a ride, and now you're asking how I got here.
え、何？
あなたの律者の権能が他のすべての律者の権能を通じ合わせることじゃなければ、あなたたちがさっき言ってたあいつらが四方八方から襲ってくることもないはずでしょ。
Then why did they, whom you were discussing earlier, attack us from all directions? What?
ここは
Oh, not the train station.
駅。メイ姉さんはこの場所を知ってるんですか？
さっきこの空間で起源の律者の権能を手に入れたんでしょ。
Ah, technically cutscene.
悪いけど権能と意識の律者を統合させたからね。あなたたちの考えは筒抜けだよ。
式の律者、自分で説明できるわ。ここは多分私と、あるいは起源の律者と関係があるの。この前、いわゆるバックドアを探してた時、ビーコンは私をここに導いた。でもさっきの状況は完全に逆で、まだ探してないのに向こうから目の前に現れたの。終焉の眉のシグナルはすでに暴かれてる。だからこれはつまり、私たち、あるいはこの中の誰かが終焉の律者になるまであと一歩のところに来てる。
分かりきってることじゃない。さっきから言ってるけど、さまざまな律者の権能はすでに四方八方から集まってきてる。
Oh, different Herrscher powers are coming from all directions.
ライデン・メイ、本当に何も知らないの？
起源の権能が一体何なのかは本当にまだわからないの。ただ直感で動いてるだけ。
でもうまくいきすぎじゃない？過去の敵の律者コアを一つずつ探して戦って権能を集める必要があるんじゃないかって思ってたんだけどな。
I have not completed it yet. I started reading it months ago. I think the tab is still somewhere on my computer. Let me look really quick. Second? It is. It is. The last time I touched this tab was 62 days ago. The last time I touched this tab was 62 days ago. That is the last time I even read a hint of the second eruption. I'm on second eruption 08. And I think when I stopped, it was right after Welt started fighting Siren in her Honkai, in her Herrscher form. I think. I don't quite remember. But I have to read all the manga still. I have to do that. Anyways. God, I can't believe that tab is still open. I have so many tabs open. I have at least 100 tabs open on Chrome right now. I need to fix that. I need to fix that issue real bad. Yikes. The final chapter has a huge plot twist, but you might already know it because they mentioned it in chapter 25. Don't say anything past that, because chapter 25 was a while ago for me. At least it had to at least have been 3 months ago. So nothing past that, please. I'll get back to reading Second Eruption soon. Maybe this week even. But yeah, I gotta read. I gotta read all the mangas. You know what I'd love for them to do? I'd love for them to make some more Genshin Impact mangas, personally. But we'll see what happens. Until then. Also, god damn, the art in those manga comics are fantastic, and I love it. Anyway.
同感です。
今の状況から言うと、そもそも律者自体に対する認識が大きくずれてるのかもしれません。
待って、だったらこの前ってもしかしたらミスってたんじゃない？覚えてる？最初私たちはあるエネルギーを追って進んでた。今思い返せば私たちが追ってたエネルギーはメイ先輩のものと全然違ってたでしょ？
そうみたいね。今考えてみれば、あの時の私が追ってたのはケビンの影で、あなたたちが追ってたのは起源、つまり私だった。
Okay, I'll be honest. I freaking still cannot get over how gorgeous May's eyes are in this form. I love Kiana's eyes as well, but May's eyes are just blowing me away.
だから一部の出来事はたまたまなんかじゃなくて、
願えば叶うって話だったのね。現状を変えたい。早くみんなと合流したい。キアナちゃんを助けたい。不可能なことを可能にしたい。
I really want to see I really want to see an in-canon universe event of May and Kiana kissing. I'm sorry, I want to see it. Okay? Okay, I'm done. Moving on. These two freaking kiss. Anyway.
小さな願い一つ一つが、私が前へ前へと進むための力になってる。
I still have to finish the freaking animation they put out right before 2.0 went live. I started watching that, but because there's no English dub of it, sadly, I just slowly watch it because I'm like, oh, I have to read again, which isn't bad. It's not bad to read, but my brain scatters very quickly. Speaking of,
その願いを一箇所に集めれば、もしかしたら権能になるのかもしれないわ。
もし本当にそうなったらロマンスの権能と言うべきだね。
don't watch it. Is it the 30? Yes, it is the 30 plus minute. It is the 30 plus minute episode. And I've already watched through like half of it. I have a loose understanding of what story happens, but I have not seen anything really of like the 1.5 or 2.0 story yet. The authority of romance. God damn.
あなたたちは
Bronya coughing over there, guys.
ここで一旦水を差すべきかな。
BRB folks, someone is apparently at my front door. I'll be back in just a second. We're going to use this as a walk and stretch break. Be back in just a few. I returned. I also turned up one of my fans up a notch. If it's too loud, please let me know so I can go back and turn it down again.
式の律者、何があったの？
さあね。ライデン・メイとブローニャはまだ見えてる？
Oh, she's by herself.
私は誰も見えなくなった。みんなと連絡が取れる？
動かないで目をつぶって。あなたたち運がいいね。
キアナちゃん。
Whoa. What is happening?
メイ先輩、ブローニャ、私は大丈夫だよ。でも一体何があったの？
わからない。推測するとしたら、マユがすでに力を発揮しているのかもしれない。キアナちゃんはまださっきの駅にいるの？
そうだよ。
それはもしかしたら終焉の眉がキアナを選んだのかもしれません。
おー、 でもここには霧くらいしかないんだよ。どうすればいいんだろう。
四季の律者、ちょっと手伝ってくれる？
もう乗りかかった船だし、遠慮する必要なんてないよ。
ありがとう。今感じたんだけど、全ての律者の意志と力がキアナちゃんのいる方向へと集まっているようなの。それを見分けて、その中に潜む危険を排除してほしい。
それってつまり数人分の律者の意識に私一人で抗えってこと？
できないなら無理は言わないわ。それでも私とブローニャちゃんは自分の意識をそこに投影させる。
ちょっと意識の律者を見くびってない？たかが死んだ数人の律者の意識に抗うだけで？生きてるあなたたちだって別に怖くなんかないよ。
Man, May just knows how to press her buttons. She knows so well.
さすが四季の律者ですね。
でもこの状況で意識を投影させるなんて危ないんじゃ。
能動的か受動的かの違いしかないわ。この白い霧はキアナちゃん以外の全ての律者を見分けてる。それともすでに終焉の力をコントロールする方法を見つけたから、私たちの助けなんてもういらないって言いたいの？
分かった。みんなとケビンを対等にすることが私の責任だって言うなら、もちろん助けを断ったりはしないよ。
その言葉を待ってました。
I think I tried facing Diabolical in the what's it called? I can't think. I tried facing Kevin in the Diabolical in the Elysian realm once and got curb stomped. I got wrecked. Oh man, that boy is not easy.
キアナ、まずは目の前の霧を払ってあげます。
Yeah, in Elysian realm, I tried to face him once and got ruined. On like the second lowest difficulty.
でもそうしたら私たちの間にあるつながりが一時的に途切れるかもしれないよ。
ええ、心の準備をしておいて、キアナちゃん。
I'll be honest, that was also before I saw Kevin's like diabolical form. So I was like, oh, that's Kevin's symbol. Surely it'll just be me fighting a regular Kevin guy. It's not at all. It isn't at all. It's much worse.
始めますよ。
霧、確かにちょっと薄くなってるみたいだね。メイ先輩、ブローニャ、四季の律者。
We're by ourselves.
この剣能は神職の律者のものかな。なるほど。以前起源の律者に倒されたんだね。あんたの願いは理解したよ、神職の律者。あんたに証明してみせる。どんなものが永遠に存在すべきで永遠に存在できるのかを。
Oh yeah, because the Herrscher of Corruption this timeline wasn't defeated by May. It was defeated by Alicia after she became the Herrscher of Origin, Herrscher of Ego technically, I guess, in the Elysian realm.
大丈夫。これはみんなが私のために作ってくれたチャンス。今回だけじゃない。十数年前にパパたちと出会った時からすでにこの道を歩んでる。ここは私たち3人が初めて律者を迎え撃った戦場。
Oh, Wendy.
そして悲劇の舞台でもあった。
God, that was forever ago. I'm gonna have my avatar off while we do this part because I feel like it's gonna be a lot of sort of mini cutscenes, and I don't want to interrupt that.
ウェンディ、 あの時ブローニャに伝えられなかった言葉はもう届いてるよ。あんたは優しくて強い女の子だってみんな知ってるから。今こうしてるのはみんなの幸せが律者の力よりもっともっと大事だからだよ。懐かしいね。あんたのものだよね。
It's your thing, isn't it? Oh, is she talking about Siren? No.
説得できなかったけど、あの時あんたは私に自分の選んだ道を歩くように言ってくれたよね。
Is she talking about the
あん
Void
た
Queen?
は結果しか認めなかった。私はそれが全てじゃないって思ってるけど、確かに結果にも大事な意味がある。Ich liebe dich。
It was the Void Queen.
花はやっぱりいい香りがするよね、セシリアママ。
Oh. God, I feel like this is gonna make me cry. I don't know why it keeps doing that with the camera. I'm guessing it's like the camera resetting position, maybe? Nagazora.
長空詞。
So this is the Hersher
こ
of
こで
Thunder.
私はメイ先輩やブローニャと出会った。幸せなことも悲しいこともたくさんあった。
This is when May knocked the shit out of me.
すべてが終わったらみんなと一緒に長空市に帰ってみよう。その時この都市は別の顔に生まれ変わるのかもしれない。
Oh, really? Oh, yeah. That sucks. Well, whatever. It's not like a game-ending experience, thankfully. Oh, Anna Sherrick.
ここはメイ先輩とお姉ちゃんが見届けた物語だよね。
The Hersher of
運命の
Frost.
いたずらに翻弄された人たちに安らかな眠りを。たとえ悲劇が避けられないものだとしても私たちはずっと戦い続けていく。
Owl and Anna. Yep. Hersher of Frost. And then... Owl became the Hersher of Stars, and then they formed together to be the Hersher of Meteors? No. Right. Owl became the Hersher of Gravity, and then they formed to become the Hersher of Stars.
あ、大巨山だ。
Earth and Stars.
いろいろ
Right.
あったけど四季の律者はもうすっかり頼もしい仲間だよね。
Yep, Hersher number 9. Oh yeah, because the Hersher of Frost to Stars was technically 5 and 8. That's wild. Ah, Hersher of the Rhyme Star. Right. Yeah, because in this timeline, in the current era, the Hersher of Flame and the Hersher of Death didn't exist. Because I think Siren absorbed their authorities.
ずっと引きずってる問題は
A duo chord Hersher. Yeah. Senti Sword, Senti Spear.
もう答えを探す必要はないでしょ。あんたは不可じゃない。不可になる必要なんてないんだから。
Oh yeah, it was Senti's Chain Sword, Senti Spear, and then Senti Sword. Chain Whip? Whatever.
この扉の裏は
Hersher of Domination and Auto.
ここなんだね。
終焉の眉、どんどん近くなっています。
心配しないで。キアナちゃんはもう光だけを追いかける子じゃないわ。今のあなたは他人を照らす炎、耐えられない過去も。
あなたの力にしかなりません。
準備はいい？キアナちゃん。
次は本当に終点です。
Okay. Okay. Wow. What a glorious cutscene that was. That was fantastic. Oh, man. What a time. That was gorgeous. Also, that just the three of them standing there is such I took a screenshot of that immediately because it was so gorgeous. The Cocoon of Finality. One could say the true will of the Honkai. After stepping into the clear light, the girls finally reached the Cocoon of Finality and also arrived in front of him. Oh. He didn't say a word, but still a question echoed in their minds. It reminded Mei of when she faced the will of the Honkai, but this was different. Who are you? Not you, Raiden Mei. Not you, Branya Zaichik.
私はキアナカスラナ。普通のバルキリーだよ。
God, this is gonna make me fucking cry, isn't it?
そしてオットーによって作られた実験体 K423 でもある。さらにシーリン、彼女の延長とも言える。
She is an ordinary Valkyrie, but her existence is so special and multifaceted.
もちろんそれよりも、私はジークフリートの娘、テレサの姪、デュランダルの妹、姫子先生の生徒、メイ先輩やブローニャ、委員長たちの友達。
Oh.
そして ケビンの後継者。
Why did you come?
それは理由を聞いてるの？それとも私の願いのこと？遠い昔の私の願いはパパを見つけることだった。聖フレイヤ学園に入学してからの私の願いは最強の S 級バルキリーになること。学校を離れてた間の私の願いは時間を戻すこと。今の私の願いはこの完璧じゃない物語を少しでも完璧に近づけることだよ。昔の人々が熟食を手に入れ猛獣から身を守るために火を起こすことを学んだように、今の苦境を解決し早く願いを叶えるために私はあんたのところに来た。時間の尺を伸ばせたら火も終焉の力も最終的には日常生活で最も普通でどこでも見られる一部になる。そして人類の生活もそのおかげで未来へと足を踏み入れる。私がやらなければならないのは木を切り裂く稲妻になることだけ。
To be the fire and to be the bridge between Honkai and humanity.
そして枯れた木に灯った火種で人類が何をなすのかを楽しみにしよう。
Why do you want to do this? Also, the fact that they're using the Valkyrie Ranger skin for Kiana as the representation of Honkai here, I find very interesting.
あんたのなぜには2つの問いがあるんだね。正直その質問は行動してる人間であれば誰もあんまり深く考えてないはずだよ。答えはずっと彼らの目に見える手が届くところにあるんだから。
Hey Glyph, welcome to the stream. You've joined at quite the time. Similar to what the Will of Honkai does when in front of someone. Thank you for the stream and thank you for the raid. Let's see. I should be able to. I think. 1 second. Thick. I hope I did that right. Maybe not. Thick mirror. I need to get that. I need to fix that command. I also could have sworn I had the shout-out function available. Manage poll, manage predictions, subject only. Manage goals, rate channels, click that. You can add to search the name you want to pick. Oh, is that why? Shout out at Glyphic Mirror. That didn't work either. Damn. Okay, that makes no sense to me. According to Twitch, that the shout-out function is a regular thing, but for some reason it's not working out on my stream. Oh, is that one specific to Twitch stream elements? I'll have to check that out later. I am enjoying chapter 35. We're on part 35.8 right now.
この世界が私を育ててくれたから、私の前にも世界を美しくするために、助けてくれた人に幸せを与えるために進み続けた人がいたから、彼らが私に強さと根気を教えてくれた。彼らが私に前へと進む勇気をくれた。彼らが私に愛とは、美しさとは何かを教えてくれた。そして彼らが今まで私のそばにいてくれた。その中の一部は互いを知らず会ったことすらないかもしれない。でも彼らに助けてもらったことがないって誰が言えるの？だから今日ここに来てあんたの前に立つのが私じゃなくても、きっと他の人が現れて彼らのためにここに来るんだと思う。そしてその人も今の私と全く同じ意志を見せるんじゃないかな。世界は私たちに命を授けてくれた。しかしそれを燃やすことでしか私たちは自分の価値を表せない。
There was a brief silence. Then he asked the last question. What was that last question?
決まってるでしょ。
Of course I'm willing. To fight for all that is beautiful in the world. He took a step forward, smiling without any reply. And the moment he stood still, something rushed into the body, resonating through the mind.
やっぱりあんたはただの鏡なんだね。あるいはあんたは私。真の自分と向き合う。これが終焉を継承する資格なのかな。
Facing my true self, is this what I need to do to qualify for finality?
どうやらやっとケビンと同じスタートラインに立てたみたいだね。彼のやり方は盗みに近かったけど、マユはそれでも彼のことを認めた。それなら見事に勝ってみせなきゃ。
We've got to win with style.
もちろん私たちはケビンと同じくそれぞれの時代を代表してるんでしょうね。
I'm sorry, every time you see me like hiding the view of the text is me taking a screenshot of that of that image.
様々な偶然を経て普通の人よりも一歩前へ出て運命のスポットライトの下に来た。私たちは律者になったけど、それでも人間のままなの。これからしなければならないことは人類の意志を貫き、門番との最後の戦いに挑む。
人間は真理を求める種族です。誰もが真理を追い求める中で成長していきます。
Yeah, definitely.
確かにブローニャたちは過ちを犯し道を踏み外してしまいます。でも人類の意志もまさにそこに現れるのです。過ちを犯しても直せばいい。道を踏み外しても引き返せばいい。今を生きていればまた明日を作り出すことができます。
期限はある種の終わり。
These girls. I love them all. You know, I started playing this game a little over a year ago, maybe a year and a half. And I have practically speedran 7 years of content in that time. I can only imagine what it was like playing this game in real time compared to the experience I have had. I feel like everyone who played this game as it came out got to experience this in a slow burn sort of sense. But at present, I have watched this game evolve at a hyper speed, so to speak. Because the game where it's at now, in this part of the story, is so vastly different from how it was in Chapter 1. And I'm not saying that's bad. I'm saying it's good. Because this game has continuously improved. The style of it changed so drastically over time, but it's been a wonderful change seeing it grow and evolve in the way it has. Sorry, that was just me getting really introspective or retrospective. I don't know why, but going from where we started to here is wild in a sense.
終焉もある種の始まり。
Origin is an end and finality is a beginning.
真理でも永遠にはなれません。真理を求める過程こそが永遠になるのです。
これは私たち3人とケビンの戦いじゃない。これは人類全体が運命に挑むための戦いなの。
Yeah, it does.
過去から引き継ぎ、
今を乗り越え、
未来に至る。
35.8 complete. Okay. I said I'd be going for between 3 and 4 hours. It just got past the 3-hour mark. And I did say I'd get to the end of 3.9 today. So after the end of 3.9, we'll call the stream. Wherever that leads. The world had flipped open a new page, and the Earth's destiny would soon experience unprecedented changes. But before that, there must be someone to recall the past, recall the beginning of everything. For example, a story.
私がかつて読んだ夢の中にこういうシーンがあったの。
Hey, Sigma.
それはとある晴れた朝のことだった。作家を目指す男の子とヒロインになりたい女の子は芝生で物語を作るゲームをしてた。男の子は長い間考えてやっと物語の始まりを書いたけど、どうすれば女の子に進めてもらえるかわからなかった。もし真っ暗な洞窟に閉じ込められたらどうやって脱出する？女の子はこう答えた。大声で助けを呼んで洞窟の外にいる人に助けてもらう。そして男の子はまた聞いた。もしそれが夜で洞窟の外に誰もいなかったとしたら？女の子は少し考えて、そして答えた。それはうまくいきすぎだなと男の子はつぶやいた。そして彼は自分が読んだ物語を真似て女の子に新たな障害を設けた。
Since then, I have been enjoying this game so much. Getting up to date in Chapter 21 back in 2021. in just a month. Yeah. Yeah, I could definitely see that being possible, especially with how short some of the earlier chapters were. It doesn't help that I only progress the story for this game when I stream it on Twitch. And honestly, you could tell when I started playing Honkai Impact 3rd, because I started playing it at around the same time as Honkai Star Rail coming out, now that I think about it. Wow. That's wild.
もし洞窟の外に大きなドラゴンがいたらと彼は言った。そうしたらその子が夢を見てる間にお尻に火をつけるよ。女の子は元気いっぱいに手にした枝を振り回した。驚いてどいてくれたら家に帰れる。男の子は驚いてこう言った。てっきりかと思った。女の子は真面目に答えた。そんなことはしないよ。洞窟に閉じ込めたのはドラゴンじゃないかもしれないでしょ。それにもしかしたらその洞窟はその子の家なのかもしれないし。男の子は物思いにふけった。面白いゲームでしょ。でも人はそれぞれ違う。だからこそ私もとても気になるの。
Man, I have not done any of. I have not even completed Second Eruption yet. I gotta do that. I gotta read all the mangas. VNs. Is that visual novels? Are there visual novels?
物語が終盤に入り、ヒロインである女の子が松明を手にして巨竜と対峙した時、あなたは彼女にどうしてほしい？どんな結末が見たい？
3 visual novels, all fans translated. Really? Dang. I'll have to find those later. Oh, we're playing as Hyperion now.
ヒロイン A は可愛いだけじゃないんだよ。
Oh wait, was that it? Was that little part then? Oh. Oh. I didn't. Oh. What? Oh. Oh yeah, you can whisper me the link if you want, Cliff. Well, drat, I didn't expect 35.9 to be that short. Bother. Okay. Really quick. From what I can tell, this last section here and this. You don't have to... I've already kind of spoiled myself, but that's because I always enjoyed watching the cutscenes that they posted on the Honkai Impact 3rd YouTube before I played the game. This video here is the graduation video, isn't it? Is this technically the end of Honkai Impact 3rd Part 1? Toward a new tomorrow. Who knows? Oh, how dare you? How dare you do that to me? Okay, well, I'm not gonna start this final part today, because I know if I do, I'll be here for hours, and I have other things I have to do tonight. A basketball hoop, huh? That is not the image I expected to see. Oh, and it's no longer the day of transcending finality. Toward a new tomorrow, chapter 35. That's I don't know how to whisper. It used to be different. Weird. I believe you can. Let me just post in chat really quick. Drail chat. There we go. So click on my name, and then on the top, it'll give you that little like bar thing. On the top right next to the X, there's an open native user card. That'll give you the option to whisper. Oh, Glyph, you actually sent me the consumer guide years ago. Oh, man. I thought your name appeared familiar when you were last in. Well, not years ago. Almost a year ago, but... Okay, I need to look at that then.
館長、働き詰めで疲れませんか?
Only a little, Sela. It has the links to all the visual manga and visual novels, etc.
お姉
Gotcha.
ちゃんは雰囲気が
Okay, so we'll do this. I haven't done the weekly share yet. Also, this video was so good. The summertime reminiscence video was so good. I want to draw one of my characters in the outfit that Senadino was wearing. Oh, the Armada finished with the contributions. That. And then supply. Oh, so close. I think I bought all of them from the Armada terminal and from the dorm shop for this month. I have. Damn. I wanted to do a 10 pull. I wish this actually counted towards you getting, like, I wish the advanced supplies actually got you, credit towards the specific Hershers. I'm 30 pulls away for that one. I'm not gonna do that. The 3 visual novels go in order of AE, then Durandal, and then 7 Swords. It is in the recommended guide, etc. Gotcha. I'll take a look at that sometime this week. I don't know if I'll be able to get into it super deep, but I should be able to get into it this week at least. 8.0 to 8.1. Hersher of Truth will be in the BP 8.0 to 8.1. Gotcha. And we're in, what, 7 point something right now? 7.5?
任務完了。そろそろ休んでくださいね。
Nope, that's not what I meant to do. That's not what I meant to do. That's what I saw in the Twitter post. I'll be honest, I am excited to see the 7.6 at the moment. Gotcha. I am excited that the next battlesuit that'll be coming out is the like new Shixel Overseer Teresa. I think that's very funny. I'll refresh. No. I want that. That. This one. Nope, don't want to do that yet. I want to get the last one. That one. Oh, no. Refresh. That one. Eden. Fine. We'll do 5 of these. Do 10 of those. Why not? Go light. I'll be honest, I've had this available for a while, but I haven't really gone super far in the post Honkai Odyssey because I haven't finished the 1.0 story yet. So I started it, but I haven't completed it. Who should I get from here that I haven't gotten yet? Maybe I should get a Fuqua. Although I can also... In the guide is recommended to be done at different points, but of course it's your choice. I'm waiting for... I'm waiting for the 7.8 Valkyrie. Holy shit, we waited for it for 1.5 years. What's the 7.8 Valkyrie? For Valkyrie, what? What do you mean? 7.8 Honkai Impact Valkyrie. Oh, is it? What the heck just happened? What on earth? What did I do? You don't have personal emotes yet. Use custom emotes anywhere on Twitch with subscription. Name tag paints subscriber badge. Oh, you have to... Oh, well, that kind of bothers me. I don't want to subscribe to that. Not right now, at least. Interesting. I don't know what I did here. Officially, I only stick to only 7.7 is known. Officially, I only stick to official. Don't show it. Okay, I will hold off then on investigating. I always have such trouble with the Bronya skins. I'm fine with Hersher of Truth and Hersher of Reason, but the other Bronya skins I don't really vibe with much. I don't know. I want to finally use this option. I just don't know who to use it on is the problem. You know what? Here's one thing I'll do. Because I should have enough to do it at least. Supply shop. Where is the war shop? Event shop? No. Where is it? Shixel Auxiliary? No. I already got everything there. Not that. I already did all that. Where is it? War Treasury. Here we go. Oh, I could finally get Jade Knight. I'll get Jade Knight. Okay, guys, who do you think is like the better? I have many Fuquas. a few of Durandal's, but I don't have Li Sushang, and this is the only Li Sushang available, as far as I am aware. I didn't mean to do that. Hold on. Dude. Whisper, I need to have that opened. There we go. Minimize it. She's pretty good with the... Sushang is? With Part 1 ice teams. Got it. Oh, so she should mesh pretty well with Hersher of Reason, right? Okay. I'll get her just because she is the Ancient Legacy and the regular Ancient Willpower. So I'll get her. Thanks. And then... the tutorial video coming soon. Oh, Anna Sherrick's Stigmata is good for her? Interesting. Okay, so I would be able to buy... I'm gonna get 6 Serenade. Damn it, I didn't. Give me that again. Give me that again. No, give it to me again, please. Damn it! I wanted to click the screenshot button. Fudge. And then I'll get... Who do you guys like more between Phoenix and Shadow Knight? Or, okay, who do you think is better between these three? Or who do you enjoy more? Not better, who do you enjoy more? Best pick what you love? I like Teresa's Celestial Hymn, but I also really like this one. I also realized that this is basically... This is her Feng Huang Down outfit, Valkyrie suit. But it's like one step away from being her active Honkai reaction suit. I'll do this one. This is a very lore-like outfit. True. True. Okay, so I think now that I've got those ones, I will do that. Claim. And then I will go to here, yes, and then we'll unlock Celestial Hymn. I don't really like this one that much. This is a nice outfit. This is also a very nice outfit. This is also a very nice outfit. They're all very nice outfits. Dagnabbit. I don't have this one yet, so it's kind of pointless for me to get that one. If I did this, I could finally get one of the outfits I want, but I don't have. I'll hold off on that one, I guess. Let's see. Oh, this is for... Oh, Violet Executor. Flame Sakitama, which I do have. Blueberry Blitz. Can you get this again? Oh, I see. Oh, calling him. Man. Gotcha. Night Squire. Okay. Skull and Hati. Don't I have one of these already? I thought I did. I don't. Wild. That is best on Ritual Imayo. Imayo? Shadowstar Vikrant. That is, of course, good for that Duradol. Yep, Valkyrie Gloria. And this is good for Argent Knight, which I don't. Oh no, this is good for Swallowtail Phantasm. Huh. You know, I don't think I have a 5-star scythe yet. Screw it. I don't have a 5-star scythe yet. I want a 5-star snipe. Snipe? Snipe. Jeez. I didn't mean to do that one, but whatever. Yes. Okay. And that should be good on any of the Valkyries that I got. Scroll all the way to the back. Who are you linked with? Okay. Jeez, I'm gonna have to take some real time to start getting everyone up to level 70. Have you read any other chibi lore? A little bit. Not a ton. But a little bit.
みんなと一緒に任務をこなせてよかったです。平和な日々。
I just realized. Nope, that's not what I want to do. Valkyrie. There we go. Sela. Sela? Sela. There we go.
艦長、私も連れてってちょうだい。
I will one day have you, Starkasm Nyx. Cause God, I love Red Sela. I'll be honest, I love her.
好きよ。
And I actually have her other outfit.
渡す時に顔を真っ赤にする艦長の姿。可愛らしいわ。
She's available in the domestic dorm. In the dorm supply shop. But I know everyone says that using your crystals on the dorm supply shop is a waste. Pull 3 more S rank to guarantee a new. What? You're guaranteed to pull an S rank battlesuit within the first 25 drops. This guarantee applies 2 times per captain. You have a higher chance of pulling a locked S rank battlesuit. That's fair. Out of every 3 S rank battlesuits pulled consecutively. Interesting. Also, I saw a very interesting I saw a thing on Twitter today that was someone suggesting how they would love to see Malvika in Genshin Impact fight against the unknown god as sort of like a replay of the fight between Hersher of the Void and Himiko, and I'm like, yeah, I'd be there for that. Wait a minute, what are these? SS? Oh god. Nothing is upgradable. Okay.
歌で敵を倒す？何を言ってるの？
The fact that Kira's like this outfit for Kira is literally a shirt of Cecilia. And she's got a little Cecilia backpack too. Such a fangirl.
次はどこに行くの？ステージ？それとも戦場？
I'm sad I didn't get this one. Okay, that's enough futzing around. I think we'll call the stream here for the night. Alright, YouTube, that's going to be it for today's episode. Let me know in the comments what was your favorite part of today's episode. Holy shit. So much happened today. The whole, like, separating Kevin from his shadow. The whole plan of separating Kevin from his shadow with the help of, like, Senti, Durandal, and Fuhua was so cool. And then Teresa working with Zila to basically devour more of his shadow to, like, weaken his control of the finality a little bit was so cool. Also, Fuhua's Honkai activated state looks so sick, and then we got to see Teresa's Honkai activated state, and it was just, there was so much happening. Miss Ellen showed up. We got Lambda freed. I kept saying Sigma. I'm pretty sure that symbol for Hyperion AI is Lambda. Oh my god. But Teresa looking like a younger Colin, or looking like Colin overall. I wonder if we'll still one day, like, get like a Honkai activated state Teresa. But boy, it's so much is happening. And then that glorious cutscene, May, basically Kiana sort of inheriting / joining her Hersher authority with, like, May and Branya. Those sequences were so cool, along with it. And then Senti's just like, okay, we're connected, and everyone's like, oh. It was so funny. And then the whole cutscene of Kiana basically going to the Cocoon of Finality and, like, inheriting the wills of the Hershers too, or, like, their wishes. Oh, it was so good. This was such a good chapter today. I'm so excited, guys. Oh, next episode is gonna be the last one. Also, all of my girls, the big three, the big trio, they all look so good in their metamorphosed forms. Oh, I'm so excited. I hope you all are as well. Beyond that, I hope you all enjoyed today's episode. I hope you all have a good night, a good day, wherever you may be. And do not worry about your spot here at the tavern. We will keep it open for you. Bye, folks, and I will see you all in the next one.